Hello everyone, welcome back to another Wednesday Faction Wars. Tactical Lich here, and today we are playing as Slanesh in this little casual tournament here. And I'm sure all of you have already heard of the news. Yes, Total War Warhammer 40k has been announced. Although I do think that it's gonna take a couple of years before it gets there, but it's still hype nonetheless, because I can finally play some fortifying with a fictional Imperial Fist chapter that I can make. Like there seems to be a lot of possible customizations with their army, so I'm quite interested to see what CA is gonna bring to the table with both the both battles and campaign, and can we play and how would the multiplayer battles play out in the game, because I am a little bit more interested in the multiplayer battle aspect of it than the empire building, honestly, because I'm more of a fighting against other players kind of player. Hopefully, I'm sure there will be some whole new meta coming up though. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun to look forward to. But before that, I think there's still at least 1 year of Total War Warhammer fantasy content going on on the Total War side, on CA side. So, because we still have the end times with the Nagash DLC coming, right? So yeah, we shall see what happens there. Yeah, oh man. I do hope that we can receive a bit more support in the Total Warhammer content, because there seems to be a lot of stuff that still can be like converted into the game, so we shall see what happens there. But first of all, let me just pick an army for this battle first, because I don't want to keep my opponent waiting. We'll bring Slanesh today, and I'm actually kind of thinking either I'm going the Chala or the Mask. I'm not sure which. Let's go to Kala. And see what happens here. Elixir of Damnation removes 100% melee attack. That might be pretty dope for. Oh, but she doesn't have anything to use. A bunch of dances, I guess. The tanky ones, the killy ones, another tanky one. All right. Let's think what to do next. Druchi Anointed is kind of shit, so we're not gonna take that. Or at least it doesn't feel nice to use, so we're not gonna take that. We're fighting lizard men, so let's do Melkovs, and then Rod of Torment to bombard infantry. Soul Feeder might be useful, and I got him on a demonic steed for that AP attacks. Do we want a couple Slangors? They're kind of shit, but yeah, let's see. Hey Krell. Hey Gibson. Nice to see you guys here. Wait, hold on. Gibson, who are you? I can't recognize you from your username. But you do have a long history on here. Are you part of the Night Crew Discord? Anyways, yeah, sometimes I just can't keep track of names all the time. I'm sorry. But yeah. Things been quite nice lately. Getting a bit busy with work, which is why my content slowed down a bit again. But hopefully when the holidays comes, I'll have a little bit more time to do some recording and playing a bit more games here and there. But other than that, yeah, I need to go back to picking my army here. Oh, Eldrin, I see. I never seen. I don't think I've seen you commenting in the chat with this username. Ah, okay. Nice to see you here. Yeah. But yeah. What am I? Okay, let's just put a couple of one devotees, because they're expensive as shit, and I don't want to bring more of them. One pleasure seekers, and that's hella expensive. No, you're from Nightwatch. You're supposed to. Wait, Nightwatch. Yeah, you're supposed to be. Nightwatch, you're supposed to be standing in the north, watching over the frozen cold against the Death Walkers or whatever they're called in Game of Thrones, right? Or did I mix up the fantasy settings? You tested new plate grenades rock fly riders use. I'm not playing Nurgle today, so I won't be able to test it right now. Maybe after the tournament, maybe. But yeah. Okay, let's do Pleasure Seekers and then a couple of Hell Striders. We need to run down some skirmishers just in case. We have enough Devoted Marauders. We need to kill... I don't have enough money though. These things are so expensive. Like it's outrageously expensive. I don't wanna think about how much money I spent on everything here. I need something to kill monsters, but there's always a chance they're gonna mass gank me. So you know what? I'm gonna take a couple of these, and then I've got enough stuff to kill monsters. I just need. I'll bring one of these. All right, cool. Some Javes. We have Pleasure Guard. Milk. Wait, why did? You know what? I probably will need a. We need some Pavane instead of yeah, I'm gonna still take Row of Torment. I'm running out of money. It's so expensive. It's so expensive. Okay, I'm turning off Elixir of Damnation because all of us have immunity to psychology, so that ability is kind of useless here. So that I can afford Soul Feeder for healing, and maybe I can get Hysterical Frenzy to juice up my Pleasure Guard. Alright, cool. That's it for us then. The RR Marauder with spears have a good cheap buff. Yeah, it does, but it's also more expensive. Can't be bothered. But I see a lot of players using it. It also has anti-large too, so. Something about it being anti-infantry. I don't... From what I saw, it doesn't specifically turn into anti-infantry. It's still very good against single entities when I was playing with it in early access. So yeah, I don't know if it's anything different here today. After the launch, I can probably just show you a replay of that after we finish the tourney, or between rounds, I guess, when we have time. But yeah, right now let's focus on finishing the 20 first, so that nobody has to wait or anything. Yeah, we have too much infantry, honestly. I probably should have cut like at least a Marauder or something, and get a bit more funds for another Javelin cav, because this build is quite weak to flyers, not gonna lie. The Chala, I don't know how to pronounce her name. Their name is Slanesh. I don't know how to identify them. Yeah, but it's Decala, so like I have no Decala. I don't know how to pronounce that name. Yeah, yeah, I think we're good. We're good with the deployment. That's it. Alright, I think we're ready. Just need to wait for... actually, I need to turn back. Oh, wow. We already have one battle concluded. That was fast. We need to speed up, I guess. But yeah. You can use Slangors like Cheap Cav and Cycle Charge with them. Yeah, that's basically the idea of this unit with their devastating flanker trait and all. But it's an infantry still, so 50 speed is not bad, but... it's still not enough to catch up with a cavalry and doesn't have the same kind of responsiveness a cavalry can bring. So while yes, you can cycle charge with them, it also kind of sucks to cycle charge with them. Oh, that's a lot of Javies. Yeah, let's just pull out some of our calves, I guess. Oh wait, hold on. Wait, why am I doing this? Let's shift over to that side. I can't just rush towards them like that. Because I'm gonna walk into a forest, and these devotees are crossbows are gonna suffer a lot. Let's pull back a bit. Javelins, you can probably go and javelin some stuff. Oh, actually, the skink priest. That's gonna be a problem. Pull them back a bit. Oh, there goes the Block of Dooms, I guess. Great times. That's gonna be annoying because I don't have a lot of good answers for that. Maybe I can see. I'll have to see if I can bait a. Yeah, can I get a pavane on them? That's a real question.
Disciplined devotees.
Oh, alright, shoot that. The color go over here, and we're not close enough. Alright, let's go. Alright, let's see. Get everyone in position, maybe? Alright, let's go and do that. And our idea is try and kill Krogar ASAP.
Seeking Slanesh's embrace. Yes. Endless craving.
The Kala is putting in some good work.
Pangs of suffering. Infliction.
Alright, just keep shooting at that, I guess.
The cherished choose.
Alright. Turn that on while we kill everything in the vicinity.
Swan sons.
Our infantry are probably gonna get screwed pretty badly, so whatever. Whoop, 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 whoopsie. Let's just try and move over here. Oh, you know what? Let's just pull away, push in. Alright, slam those in the back, I guess.
Endless craving.
Pain follows in our wake.
Marauders of Slellen.
Endless craving.
Shoot that. The Kala, where are you? Alright, go ahead and kill those skinks. You guys come and help out. Oh, you are there, okay. Can we put a rod off torment somewhere? Yes, we can.
Endless craving.
Do we have another pavane? Yes, we do. But we're too far away to use it anywhere.
Pain and despair. We desire it.
Okay, the Kala is not having a good time there.
A haze of dagger points.
We crave more.
We do have skirmish mode, I guess, so that helps.
A capricious decision.
Looks like we are not getting another engagement against. Okay, you guys need to pull back a bit. And turn that on. Yeah, you pull back away while. Do I have anything to use that on? No, nothing. Alright, you guys just help this fight, I guess. And while you pull out of there.
Hunting for prey. My spine
Bait that in.
shivers.
Time to pull out.
Pain. See me come.
The color. I need. Yeah, you have the. Oh, cool. We're getting a bit of a buff there. Oh, the devotees are screwed. All right. Krogar is getting a little bit of a. It's getting glitched. Ah well, poor Krogar. All right. Just keep seeing if we can chase and catch up. Nope, we can't.
With elegance and style. Writhing in anticipation.
Alright, just kill everything in the vicinity here.
Victory!
Hunting for
Oh,
prey.
look at those feral Koan dying. But we don't have much left on the field. It has to be the Kala and everything else trying to kill and the Pleasure Guard trying to kill everything here.
Pressing on.
Alright, just keep
Dark Prince
out.
in
Okay, that is not great. The blinded effect is might be a bit much.
Decision.
Alright.
A graceful dance. Dekala. The blades turn.
Kala, I need you to do that. We have another. We'll just dump it on him. Rough Torment is not great, unfortunately, against single entities, though. But we need whatever we can
Lord of excess. Pleasure beckons.
to try and kill Krogar.
Pleasures.
Oh, he is stuck in here.
A killing
Okay, we can at
force.
least maybe send the sorcerer to chase him
Sweet
down.
torture.
If we can push through at all. Alright, just kill that.
Shivers.
I kind of forgot about the regrouped infantry. You guys came back. Wow, okay. Just keep shooting that then.
Yes, indeed. With elegance and style.
Alright,
Slash needs me. Fluid
no.
in motion.
No.
Favored
Everything is getting drained and chased down.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I got stuck here.
Prey.
Alright.
Dekala.
I just keep chasing. You guys come back. And I'll go and chase down those guys.
Herald of indulgence. Perish in pain.
Okay, a couple more stabs maybe, and then we can put
Dark beast.
Krogar into route. The Kala and the Pleasure Guard aren't holding on that much longer, though. That's the only problem here.
For the Prince of Chaos. With elegance and style. Dark magic is mine.
Alright,
to
I think we
command.
can at least catch up and kill Krogar there. Couple hits. Alright, one hit landed. Another hit. Yep. Krogar is dead.
Pleasure. Decadent.
But the Kala is the only thing still holding up in here. At least we're getting some pretty good routes.
My prince. Dark sorcery unleashed.
Why are you guys just standing there? Come on, get in there. Ooh, nice stuff on the Koan cavalry. Mass break, though. Mass break.
No.
Do we have a chance? Maybe.
Dekala.
Alright, let's kill that. While the Kala, you can go and deal with that. Pleasure Guard, go and chase that down. There still are some annoying stuff around the place, so
Sweet.
we need to save up some Winds of Magic for Pavane or something.
Regale me.
Bastillodon, we can probably kill it in melee.
Moving
So
on.
that's some good news, I guess. Okay. Yep, I don't know how to deal with this. King Priest, the health drain is just too much of a pain. Alright, Pleasure Guard, they're gonna die, but they're gonna die in glory, I guess.
Slaneshi crossbows.
Go and kill that.
Deathless
Crossbow, 10 crossbows still firing. Pleasure Guard are gonna get overwhelmed there, but not before breaking the Feral Koans at least, I guess.
Writhing in anticipation. Sorcerer of
Alright, come over and help.
at once. Yes, my prince. Dark sorcerer.
Alright, we can keep chasing down that Bastillodon.
Pain.
Now that the skinks are dealt with.
Cravings.
At the limit.
The Pleasure Guard has been dealt with. Yeah, the capture point is not in our hands, that's the problem there.
Hither and thither. I see.
We have 2 minutes
The
maybe?
blades turn.
Yeah, roughly a minute. 2 minutes to get this dealt with.
Novelty drives me.
Alright, get the additional melee attack up.
Let the mask be jealous. Pressing on.
The Soul Feeder healing does come in quite handy sometimes.
As you desire.
But we need to kill the Bastillodon and Solar Engine.
Chaos.
Oh, King Priest coming down?
Satisfaction awaits there.
It's not too bad then. Alright, Takala, come over here, I guess.
Sorcerer of Slanesh. As Slanesh wills.
Can we at least
Scream
land a couple more
for
hits
me.
and kill it?
As desired.
Oh, okay. Let me just turn that on.
Fluid in motion. Hunting for prey.
Closer.
And we can use that or that. Alright, let's just go ahead and kill.
Seeking pleasures.
A more intimate spot.
Taste the
Just drain them down.
ecstasy.
And do whatever damage we can.
Sorcerer of Slanesh.
Soul Feeder healing done. It doesn't have a cooldown, so let's just fight back.
Lord of excess.
We need to get that healing for ourselves.
The sweep of blood.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, we are getting some good damage. Oh, wow, 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 okay. Let's land us saucer on a poop snake. Holy shit, what are you doing? Alright, the Kala is also a pretty nasty
Herald of
beast
indulgence.
in melee too.
Torture.
The problem is the priest is gonna come back, I have a feeling.
A capricious decision.
And we're out of magic, we're out of abilities, we don't have enough things to do anything here.
Withdraw.
And I think that is GG maybe? Oh, whoa! I didn't pick the Wirelink Blade ability. It was too expensive. I don't have enough money. Like, holy shit. Alright, that was a close one. GG to my opponent there. That was real close. Now let me just quickly rename that replay. GG, that was very close. My hands are still shaking a bit too. Okay, give me a second. Let me just do some 20 admin because I forgot to hit the start 20 button. So nothing started yet. Alright, the first round has concluded. We got a pretty nice win. That Chaos Saucer of Slanesh did so much work in the late game. Purveying down those Koan cavalry, and then really helping out to snipe out Krogar and the Skink Priest. GG to my opponent though, a very well played game with his cavalry and with their cavalry and like the Krogar was a bit unfortunate because I had the exact tools to try and pin him down and kill him. But everything else was really nicely done by my opponent. They're using the cavalry to overwhelm my rather glass cannon infantry there, and using also don't forget about the blinded debuff from the Bastillodon solar engine, constantly nuking that melee stats on my units. Very nicely played by Naunish / Borgage, depending on the Discord or Steam name. And we're moving on to round 2 against Norska, another DLC faction, this time with against Leodero from the XMT clan. Let me just check if we have a code. But yeah, I forgot to hit start on the tournament button. So on the tournament page. So I'm gonna put a penalty on myself under a suggestion of Twist from the RTK clan, and I'll not use magic in the next game. Alright, I will be, give me a second, I'll try to find my opponent first. And... let's see, what's the map for this one? Out of Outskirts. Alright. We're fighting against Norska, and we can't use magic this run, so... at least for this game, so that's gonna be... not ideal. I don't think... it's gonna be a single entity spam situation, isn't it? The mask is probably gonna... no. It's gonna be single entities and a shit ton of Javis. I'll bring a mask. I'll bring a mask. It's the only way. I can't even bring the Kala because they're so expensive. We have to dance. Hopefully they will do something. I'm very worried about the javelin spam problem, which we don't have any good answers for. Kyasuris are just gonna die when they jump down. I mean, I'll still bring a couple. Everything here are just gonna die. So, you know what? Chaos Knights it is. And, I don't even know what the fuck is this formation anymore. You know what? Yeah, it's Chaos Knights it is. This is so dumb. A couple of these. Staff of Mask. I'll bring one just because I might need that. Slippery to counteract. What else? Oh, you know what? You know what? You know, you can bring magic without actually bringing magic. Oh boy. Yeah. Wait, what? You can't bring these items when you bring them on a Cold One mount? I think that might be a bit of a bug, innit? Oh wait, no, that's intended. Maybe. It's not that useful. I'm not gonna bring it. Oh, actually, let's just bring them. Just another character fighter near the near our lord, in case we need to gang up on something. Cultists. Can't get a group of demons out. We're not bringing magic, but we're bringing something similar. I'm sorry. I need to. I think this is very much necessary. Yeah, just one devoted marauders. Like we're giving up. We're giving up on the. Yeah, we're giving up on the. Oh, perfect. A perfect army. Oh, wait. Let me just turn off some of these. Yeah, I think. We don't really need Hysterical Frenzy, but Soul Stealer might be neat. And Staff of Mask for healing, and then... yeah, you know what, whatever the fuck. Let's go. Actually, maybe these? Nobody expects Slanesh to bring armor, so maybe that'll help. I don't even know what I'm doing. I don't usually play Slanesh. We've got like 200 gold that I don't know what to do with. I guess I'll just do that and just get these. Oh no! What if they're bringing in final transmutation? Oh no. You know what? Let's not bring single entity spams. That's a bad idea. We'll bring single entities, alright, but not spamming them. Yeah. There we go. A Praeton. It's gonna suck. I tell you that much. It's gonna suck big time. The devotees of Slanesh survived so long against the Cohen Riders and was doing great damage to them before you told them to flee. I think fighting it out would have been better. Maybe, yeah, you might be right. They've been standing there, but I don't know. Those are cult ones, actually. Those are not Cohen Riders. I think those are feral cult ones. So that explains why they did okay, but even then they took so much damage. And I was having some Marauders fighting the feral cult ones already, so I wasn't really in need to... I thought I can... help them retreat with the Marauder screening, screening out the Koan cab, but obviously that didn't work out and they kind of just died. But yeah, I mean in the end it still worked out for us, so that was fine, I guess. Yeah, we're just throwing in the mask in there. Hopefully I remember to use the dance moves, because I probably will forget. Yeah.
Eternal hunters.
Just dump these cavalry at the back there. Take both Dark Elf heroes. Unfortunately I did not. Maybe next time. Cause right now they are kind of expensive and I'm very afraid of like a final transmutation that hits all three of my characters at once. So I don't want to risk that. And decided against that idea. That will be a funny thing to do, but it's against Norska and final transmutation is always on the table. The bigger drain of the dance is so strong. 100 seconds for a permanent. 100 seconds for a permanent debuff. What? Wait, figure. Oh, this one? Yeah, I probably should turn that off on early, actually. Alright, looks like my opponent is ready. Good luck, have fun. Oh, it's a blob. Fuck. Fuck. Oh, no, those are... Okay, those are Marauders. Oh my god, I can't fight this. Not with my mobile army. This is not designed to fight blobs. Okay, the mask will have to do some heavy lifting here, but I don't think I have the burst damage. The problem is I don't think I have the burst damage to take down the Curse Etin. This is fucked. I can do. I guess I can fight blobs, but this is not great. This is not ideal, to say the least. Like my infantry stuff can't run away fast enough here. And the best bet to break up these kind of block. Huh? Oh, Oh, it's a flock of doom spam. Okay. I can't really do much with it. Woo. Woo. Woo be upon ye. Alright, send him in battle, I guess.
Agony and ecstasy.
We cannot refuse.
Nope, that was on me for getting them caught there. Let's turn that on. Another flock of them? Oh, come on, man. Okay, Furies, fly up.
Seeking Slanesh's embrace.
Go on to those guys. Mask is just dying because there's a second Etin in there. I didn't realize that. That was on me. Okay, you guys pull back a bit because this is a bit fucked. Yeah, this is more than fucked, honestly. It's not ideal. Oh, why are you? Everyone is in there. Wait, there's a. Oh right, the cursed Etin has. That's annoying. Yeah, I forgot about the cursed Etin has. All right, I do need that heal on myself then. Oh wait, no, I can't use a heal on myself. That was annoying. Wait, I can't use a heal on myself. Okay, I think. Oh wait. Okay, I think I can use it. I can get the heal, but yeah, I'm not like this. This is not designed to fight blobs, so I don't think I can take on in this one. It's a bit too rough, especially not against multiple Ettins. These Ettins are so tough to take down. It's crazy with their heals. Like, it basically renders the normal giant redundant. Because who needs a giant, right? Like you got the Ettins. Alright, we killed that, I guess. But like, how am I supposed to kill the Ettin at this point? Not a single of them. Alright, not a single of them is an easy task, man. Alright, let's just slam those guys.
Mask of Slanesh! My body
Oh,
is
actually turn that on. Oh, we fight that. Pull back. Can we at least finish one of the Attins? Right, chase them down. Our guys are in a bit of a pickle. Like, we still need to kill. Like, we need to kill both of the Attins, which is gonna be a problem. Turn that off. And where is our Praetor? Oh, there goes our Lord, I guess. Still taking a good minute.
We submit.
Well, the Lord is still there for some reason. I guess that's Praeton's still fighting somehow. Lord is kind of getting saved. This is, I guess, going a little bit better than I assumed, but still not ideal. How is it good on? Multiple combatants, so whatever most numerous, I guess. Let's just drain down these bearmen and get some heals, I guess. We're breaking them a bit. That was not great on us. Slipping up with the the micro on our cavalry. Not ideal. Where's the Praeton? Praeton's still there. The mask is slightly healed up. So now let's try and go and kill that caster while we're at it.
Ceaseless spinning, he craves. I remember the steps, the face of fury.
Because we are in there already, might as well start doing some work. Let's pull back.
Mask of Slanesh.
There's a lot of breaking, which is, I guess, good for us.
Lead us to mortals! Guided
Why are you? Oh god. This is why you don't. This is why sometimes you don't wanna do.
on the hunt!
Okay. Still somehow still fighting in there.
And quick. I must.
Slow, quick,
I shall
slow.
take up my spot. Such
No, I can't.
torturous triplets.
I can't get
Such
that
fatigue.
into a fight yet. Brayden, go there. Deal with that.
Slowing down.
Sweet slaughter.
But yeah, it's a rough one. I don't have the stuff to deal with a blob build. Not in this fight.
Fight, Lord.
Brayden, come over here and see if you can kill that.
Creaking and clumsy, a course of pain.
Yeah, I think that's army losses. Like, I'm not ready to deal with a blob build with this build. It still turned out better than I thought. The Praeton actually did work. For some reason. GG on one in there. That was a very, very specific build to kill Slanesh. Slanesh struggles with blob builds in general. Reducing the Etin's Vigor to 0 is a huge help. I don't think I actually turned on the Vigor reduction that long, because most of the time I had, like half the battle I had the health drain instead. Because you can see it's a fucking blob, so I have to drain down the blob somehow. But yeah, the Praeton actually did okay against Curse Etin. After all, it is an anti-large fighter. But yeah, this build was not designed to fight blobs. I was really struggling to break through all that chaff and get to the back line or anything. Yeah. We did kill that Bloodshriek Chimera early because we get to like rampage it. We get to lure it out and pin it down with our cavalry, but at the same time, that formed a blob for final transmutations and other damaging spells to weaken our forces. So there's that. But yeah, overall, I feel like we didn't do that bad. If we had magic, things would be a lot more different. Like if I can do a little bit, like. If I can use Pavane, I can lure out some of the units, for example the caster, and just kill it. Or I can do something else. Or even just damaging spells would be nice to just weaken the infantry wall, right? And once I get the Curse Atins out of support, if they don't have infantry support, it's actually quite easy to snipe them out with the Mask and the Praeton combined. I wish you took both Dark Elf heroes in this blob. No, that final transmutation would have killed me. No, definitely not doing that. Yeah. Oh shit, looks like my opponent had to drop the 20, so let me just do some tournament admin and I'll be back. Yeah, okay. Let me just do some tournament admin first. I'll be back in a bit. Isn't the cultist a spellcaster? Technically no, because those are bound spells. Those aren't actually using Winds of Magic. So that technically does not count. They're still spells, but you don't call a Arrow Titan spellcaster, even with the bound spells and stuff. So no. Wait, hold on. Where's the arrow? Yeah. Okay. Alright, I've marked that. There's still one more match going on in this round 2, so we might have to wait a bit. Before that, let's just test out the. Let's just do a quick testing of the Death's Head grenades. Let's see, Nurgle grenades. Let's just get. Wait, no, missile cavalry. Let's just get the Angels of Decay. Angels of Decay. Get some spears on the ground. Let's do Glacier Lake, because it's the smallest map and easiest to do these kind of testings without the testing mod. Let's just do that. Send those in and see what. Like, I know their missile classification turned from missiles to grenades, but I don't think the missiles themselves, I don't think the Death's Head themselves behave anything different. It's just like a tag change. It doesn't actually change the content of the model. At least from what I observed. Like, you can still see, like, it has very minimal explosive damage while doing very high base damage. It probably is more about the shields blocking. Like, grenades might not be counted into Swan's Fire and can actually do better damage against infantry, I guess. You can see it doesn't actually do that much damage to, like, the infantry. Oh wait, it might actually can be blocked. Holy shit. You can block grenades with shields? Not sure, because it's just not doing a whole lot. No, I don't think so, actually. It's 100% kill. Wait, what are you throwing?
Incoming enemy fire!
But yeah, like, the missiles themselves didn't have any change. It's just a tag. Wait, what, David, why are you looking at The Witcher? Why are you looking at stats for The Witcher? No, not so Grucci, the Slanesh and Cultist seems different enough not to overlap. Okay, yeah, let me just check. Ornament, is it still proceeding? Okay, we're still on the last battle among. We're still in the last battle in round 2. Alright, downloading some replays. Maybe we can sneak in a replay, or actually these replays are all pretty long. So maybe we can't slip a replay in. Give me a second. And just make sure nothing started. No, round 3 hasn't started yet. Okay. Let's see. I'm just checking the size of the replay files. And you see the smallest one, you can tell it is most likely the shortest one as well. Okay, I think we can do this one. Alright, cool. Now, on the battlefield here, between the Skaven and High Elves. Actually, let me just check who are these. Skavens and High Elves, that's round. Wait, what? Okay, they've played the game, but they haven't reported. They haven't reported the outcome actually. Alright. Yeah, the game is over. They just haven't reported the score. Let me just check. Yeah, I mean, we can just cast this while waiting for them to conclude this shit. Okay. Skavens from Milky Way, a circle of storm vermins. I mean, they got even cheaper now, so that makes sense. And clan rats at the back there, circling. Oh, okay. Okay. Round 3 should begin anytime. Sorry about that. I'm gonna proceed to round 3 because we're probably gonna be playing. Yes, we will be playing, and an unfortunate soul is stuck with a buy round. I am going to fight Human Boy. Yes. All right, streamers fight. Let's go. Alright, let's just go and fight Human Boy now then. Oh boy. Oh boy. It's a battle of casters today. You can block the projectile damage but not the explosive. That probably makes sense. Yeah, that probably makes sense. But yeah, that was the report we were missing, but thankfully they've reported the scores. So I managed to keep the gears turning. And yeah, Human Boy yes will be our opponent in this round. Haven't seen the guy in a while. Yeah, but neither of us have been very active in multiplayer lately, so yeah, that means very minimal time to run into each other. Oh, damn it. You know what, Eldrin? You're banned. You're banned from this channel forever. No, just kidding. But yeah, let me just pick up some Slaanesh troops, and I wonder what I can do in this one. You want to bring? Should I bring the Kala again? Nah, I'm just gonna bring a Kiel Sorcerer Lord of Slaanesh with a demonic steed, Vein, Lash, and that's about it. The problem with this is, no, the Sorcerer Lord doesn't. The Sorcerer Lord doesn't have healing like a regular sorcerer, so that makes it sucks it a little bit more. Ooh, a demonic steed with a slow debuff. You know what? That might be something fun to play with. Let me just do that actually. Euphoric melee attack debuff. We don't really need that. And we get a Melkov's caster. Yeah, we can get a Melkov's caster with smoke and mirrors, and just catch whenever they try to run away. Maybe. Now the only problem is they might actually hit me with let's do a Sophia. Yeah, they might actually hit me with Final Transmutation or some blood punishing spell. And then we get an Exalted Hero, which also a demonic steed. Let's do Hero Hammer again. Oh, Rock of Inevitability. I do like that. -5 attack. -5 attack. Can't minus any attack here, but that's -10 attack. And we get a Pleasure Guard again, because Pleasure Guard are so freaking good, man. And then a bunch of Devolted Marauders and a couple more. Yeah, I feel like my first impression of the Slaanesh roster is they're kind of shit, but then after playing with them a bit, they seem to got better and better. So yeah, I feel like I was underestimating them by quite a bit. And let's just turn that off because it's getting expensive here. We're running out of money. Oh yeah, that's a 250 gold cost for minus 10 attack. Maybe it'll be worth it. I don't know. It might be worth it. It might not, but we shall see. And then ow, ooh, expensive. We can do that, not the other way around. All right, cool. That will be our build. Let's go. Let's go. We're just gonna melt cobs. We're not gonna do pavane. Our horsemen are really good too. I don't have money. They're too expensive. I mean, as in my roster is too expensive. I don't have money for them. I want to, but man, the cost. The budget. It's like running an army in real life. It costs so much. All right. But yeah, welcome, human boy. Haven't seen you in a while. Never got to play against you on with the DLC units either too, so this is a good time to test out, to catch up and test things out. But yeah, anyways, meme army build, I guess. Not entirely meme, but like, you know, it's not a typical army build with a Lord, Saucer, and oh, they're really. Ooh, three crab hands. Ooh, oh, wait, what? Is that a? Oh, that's a whip. Never mind. I thought it's like an iron ring or something, a metal ring or something in his hands. Never mind. Okay, let's see. We've got a shit ton of Hellstriders. Maybe we can play some ambush. Maybe we can't. We shall see.
The pangs of suffering. Lord of Slanesh.
We also don't have any. We also don't have any pavane option. Just a euphoric contact effect. All right. Ready to go. Like, the idea is to slap them with Melkov's catch up with the slowing effect, or which one is it? This minus 15% speed, and then slam any unit with the pleasure guard from the back or something. Oh no, it's the men tide. Oh shit, I'm not ready. Oh shit, I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready for that. Not the men tide. All right. I'm not built to fight a men tide. We'll just do our best, I guess, and see what happens. Just waiting for them to get ready. Take Mirror Guard to above your hero squad. Mirror Guard's too slow, they can't really catch up to the heroes on the boob snakes. Yeah. I obviously I don't want to zoom too close because it's sketchy. It's sketchy. Ooh. I think like humans elongated and edit with a few more. Yeah, with edit boobs. And like you can even see the belly button there. Ooh, that's body horror. It's so hard to counter build these days. You have to keep facing unorthodox builds. That's a fun part of it, I would say. Oh no! Not the mentide! I was ready to catch up with things. Not. Oh no! The mentide, the halberds! The mortar, hammer up. Oh, we're getting hammered. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no, we're not ready for this.
Scion of the good.
Well, we just have to keep outcosting things, I guess. Now that we have a lot of options here. Oh, actually, let's just go and shoot those halberds while we're at it.
Endless craving. Lord of Slanesh.
I'll just have to keep things hiding in the forest. Oh, ow! Wait, why did you get caught there? What the fuck? Oh, wait. Oh, there's also cannons shooting. Oh, these are great cannons.
Driven by pain. To the next victory. We will hunt. Guided by hunger. Souls for Slanesh. Soul Riders.
Alright. Let's just go and let's pull them back a bit there and push units over on the other side. And start piling in or something. Yeah, this is too many men. I was not prepared for the men tide. You guys keep pulling back, I guess.
Gifted champion.
Alright, just push through. I don't care anymore. Deal with those artillery.
To the next victory.
Dark hearts.
The pangs of suffering.
Alright. We're gonna eat some shots point blank, but that is such as the cost of charging into. Oh shit! All that damage! Oh god!
Riders. On the hunt.
On the hunt.
Oh god! The point blank artillery shots! Holy shit!
Ravage them. Close to the shade.
We yearn to.
Yeah, this is a man tide build for sure.
Champions of pleasure.
And everything's getting killed. Final transmutation. Alright, you know what?
Hunting for prey.
Let's go and kill that.
I am murder.
Now that we knocked out the artillery.
Dance the battle.
The viper's speed.
Guided by hunger.
Perfectly
Right.
altered.
Seeking prey. My pleasure.
The boof snakes are getting stuck.
No delay.
They're not getting out of there.
Find them.
I probably should have sent one of the characters over to at Gelt at least.
Pleasure and pain.
They're struggling to push through all the stabbies. Oh, and I forgot some of the units in there. That was dumb of me though.
I won't be idle. Pathetic wretches.
On the hunt. Feeding our addiction. Seeking Slanesh's embrace.
Eager and ready.
Alright, hit that.
To bloodshed. Decadent slaughter.
Deal with those, I guess.
Endless craving. To the next victory.
Willing
And deal with that.
Hell's Raiders.
moving on.
Okay, chase off stuff. Oh, you guys have time.
Pleasure beckons.
Driven by pain.
Alright,
Finding fresh souls.
pull
The
through some
pack
troops and then
requires
just go and kill things while you're at halftime.
Once.
I got it.
Marauders of Slanesh.
Go and kill that. You turn on euphoric and added melee attack.
Endless craving.
Like, you should be able to win against. You should be able to kill Gelt pretty easily. Why are you not doing it?
Lord of Slanesh.
Do it. Okay, just keep chasing things up while
Sorcerer of
we
Slanesh.
try and keep the balance of power close.
Hear my call.
Hellstrider.
Alright, Gelt is
Session of
dealt
pain.
with. We're still getting
Cabal
shot by the fucking witch hunter though, that is a problem.
Blissful death comes swiftly. Guards the battle. Moving
Okay,
out.
artillery shot.
On the hunt. Guided by
We're pulling them out and killed that.
To bloodshed. Sorcerer of Slanesh. Pressing on.
Go and kill that. Yeah, I got a bit hasty with sending in those pleasure guard in. They got shot so freaking hard by the cannons. if I played more patiently and just try and use my single entity spam a bit better, I'd probably have a better chance. Yeah. But yeah, I basically threw the game away by losing the pleasure guard like that. That was pretty bad on me.
Exalted hero of Slaanesh!
Guard launch.
Finding fresh souls.
Single entities are holding up pretty fine. It's just the rest of the army fell apart. Like if I send in those single entities first and try and dodge and weave a bit better. Yeah, I probably can have this one. Yeah.
There, fresh.
Fluid dance!
Human boy took pike and shoot shot tactics today. Yeah, indeed. Characters died, but that is fine because they've sacrificed for victory. That is all that they need.
Finding fresh souls.
I can still use some knockoffs, I guess.
Hunting for prey.
Oh, I forgot about this ability. Why did I not use Road of Torment? That was dumb of me.
For the Dark
I
Prince.
got so much bombardment abilities.
For
Boom! Nice damage. I should have used that. Sometimes mistakes! I made so much mistakes! Pain! Pain of making mistakes.
Snip, snip!
Driven
Alright, go and fight that, I guess.
Who died?
Chase that down.
pleasure.
Hopefully I don't get shot by point blank. A single point blank shot would be a problem.
Sensation without
Pushing in. Yeah, we got in.
limitation.
I've just been hanging on in
Seeking
with that minimal balance of power for so long.
Slaanesh needs me.
Is this the end? Somehow, no. I'm still holding on for some reason.
Exalted hero of Slaanesh! Blood to spare!
How am I still holding on? That makes no sense. Alright, the caster's done for though. Because I screwed it up again.
Exalted hero of Slaanesh! A challenge! Very well.
On the hunt. Quench the thirst. Guided by hunger.
Like, how am I still hanging on like that? Oh, but yeah, this guy is dead. I was just constantly sending him stuck in places that he should not be stuck in. That sounds like a Slaanesh specialty. And that is GG. Well done to Human Boy, and also not a good game for me. As I just kind of threw away my valuable assets like that. 3 tiny triangle boxes prevail. Very nicely done with the formation deployment. That Hammer of Witches! Oh, my pleasure guard, my poor pleasure guards. They're so expensive, but half of them got killed by those cannonballs before they can even get into battle. Oh, man. Yeah, but I needed to play more patiently and exploit my single entities a bit more. I should have sent those in and try and dodge and weave against the cannonballs instead of, you know, send my pleasure guard in against the cannons. Witch Hunter 98 Valley, what the fuck? Yeah, Witch Hunters. I thought he was shooting at my characters. Was he not? That was weird. But yeah, those halberds were pretty annoying. They just keep catching, they keep pinning in my characters and grinding them down, so they did pretty well in that regard. Managed to kill Balthazar, Gout, and Witch Hunter though, so that's that. There's that. Was he just missing shots? He like his bullets are armor piercing, right? And has magic damage to bypass physical resistance and stuff. So, like, it doesn't make sense. What? What? Anyways, nicely done. I dropped my micro pretty bad on my murder horses and the pleasure guard. The AoE ITB and his physical resistance, missile resist to kill boopsnicks. The accusation. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. There's no boopsnicks though. Oh, careful! You don't want to get banned by YouTube for saying the word. Wait, you're saying that in my chat? Oh no! Don't get me banned. All right. We are done with our battle, so let's report. Oh, Human Boy already report the scores. Yeah, we still have one battle ongoing there, and let's go back to the replay we were supposed to watch earlier and check this one out. Milky Way versus Impenetrable. Skaven's box with a ton of Storm Vermins, sword and board version. 3 Red Ogres, 1 Avalanche Mortar, and a King Zap. Leading the army is indeed. Wait, shit. What's his name? Wait, shit. I forgot his. Quick Hat Taker. Yeah, there's too many characters. I'm losing track. It's Quick Hat Taker. You rarely see this guy, but yeah, with a Warlock Engineer as well. Now on the other side, for the High Elves of Impenetrable, ships companies in the front, and then backed up by a shit ton of archers and Lothern Seaguard actually. Company of Calendarian, because it's a tongue twister every time trying to pronounce that name. Silver Helms, and Silver Helms already under shots from the King Zap. Leading an army is Tyrion, so he's gonna do some pretty brutal fighting, and we do have some funker deployment of Rangers at the back there, ready to sneak up and jump onto the Skaven backline. We shall see what happens here. Obviously, the High Elves will have a lot of trouble breaking through those Storm Vermins in the front, so they definitely need to figure out something to punch through. Now, Mage of Metal is on the field for the casters, so the Searing Doom is coming in really handy, but oh no, the biggest the most nightmarish bane of the High Elves, the Avalanche Mortars, an absolute deletion device on dense formations like the High Elves. One volley and the whole ship's companies are wiped out. Half of the almost half of the models gone, and almost all of the HP wiped out in that volley. So yeah. Also, they have that 70 armor that helps them block enemy shots. At least mitigate some of the incoming damage if possible. Like a couple shots and then suddenly the archers are just falling all over the place. It seems like Land Reaver have been unleashed onto the Skaven backline, but the Red Ogres are there to just block them and beat them down with the help of Skaven slaves. Clanrats. Avalanche Mortars are pulling back instead of shooting. I feel like they should just keep shooting. They have enough DPS to outshoot all 4 archers here. So they can just stand their ground and just keep shooting instead of trying to relocate and just wait. It looks like round 4 is up, but yeah, you can see like one volley, almost the entire archer gone. Although, actually, my bad, they don't have enough armor actually. 4 archers were able to out DPS them and whittle down their HP quite a bit. But at least most of the archers are dealt with, and the Avalanche Mortars continues to retreat. In case that's our crew is returning because earlier they got shot by a bunch of archers. All the models are dead for the artillery, but at least the crew are there, I guess, but it's not helping at all. Ships companies are piling onto the enemy front line there. Ooh, Avalanche Mortars are teetering on... The leadership is teetering on routing. Perhaps... Oh, Land Reavers probably should have just... Ooh, there's even Rahaga's Pride. Really should be walking around and try to hit up those Avalanche Mortars at the back, because they're still firing into the front line, deleting all kinds of High Elf units, while the ship's companies is taking their sweet time. Oh, the front line fight is ongoing between Quick Hat Taker and Tyrion. Tyrion seems to have taken quite a bit of damage, definitely have used the Heart of Avalon for a bit there, since he's almost at heal cap. While Quick Hat Taker is just duking it out. You rarely see Quick Hat Taker in a good one-on-one fight. This is one of them. But with the Storm Vermin support, Quick is getting the upper hand, and with the Cleansing Wind turning the fight around for them, despite that burst heal from Heart of Avalon. While the Rahaga's Pride are still stuck on the enemy Red Ogres, Avalanche Mortars continues to delete enemy archers. Like, this is what they're designed to do, to shoot down all kinds of densely packed infantry. And they're doing a very good job at that. All the Storm Vermins are doing what they are supposed to do, holding the line, keeping those ships companies out of reach from those, keeping the backline out of reach from those High Elf units there. And Rangers also struggling to cut through all those Clanrats, especially when sometimes there are Red Ogres providing support. But Rahaga's Pride probably will be able to be freed up soon, but no, actually the Red Ogres are still in. While there has been a bunch of Scorch... Oh wait, hold on. I think that's not Scorch, that's Pestilent Breath. Ripping through those High Elf units and whittling them down. And that is GG with victory belonging to the Skaven's box. Storm Vermins really held their ground there while the Avalanche Mortars deleted everything, and by everything I mean everything. And yeah, Quick Hat-Trick actually killed Tyrion in the melee fight. Damn, Tyrion! Oh wait, yeah, Tyrion was on horseback, so the melee stats on a horseback lord is lower than a melee foot lord usually. So that probably is why Quick Hat Taker was able to get the upper hand despite the lack of specific anti-large. Well, GG to both players though. I would love to see those Silver Helms and Rahagra's Pride specifically gunning for those Avalanche Mortars, because that's the biggest threat to the archers, and in the end it has proven itself as a very devastating threat. While the infantry were just not able to break through the Storm Vermin front line, not having a lot of armor-piercing artillery support. Searing Doom is probably the best bet, but I don't think they use a lot of that in this battle. Only 160 value so far. So yeah, probably definitely need to be a little bit more diligent in terms of spell casting. And that is gonna be the final round. We are going into the final round against the High Elves of Impepinable. Impepinable. And yeah, let's try and find our opponent. Let me just set up a lobby. Oh, never mind. I think they have a lobby themselves. All right, cool. Last round. Can we get a win? We shall see. Let's just bring up Slaanesh. Should I use Boop Snakes this time? High Elves. Oh no. Maybe I'll bring the Praeton again, because it did okay in the last one. Maybe it can do something again this time. I'll bring a mask and turn those off. I'll bring... Alright, I'll bring... I'm not gonna bring double Dark Elves. But yeah, oh, melee defense I'll think about whether to bring it or not. But yeah, Lash of Slaanesh and that for AoE damage. I'll bring a Chaos Sorcerer only, no Sorcerer Lord. And then we get Rod of Torment because it's really good against dense infantry. Yeah. I am a bit worried about... Yeah, let's just get Pavane and the Lash. I am a bit worried about skirmishers in the skies, which is why the Praeton is there. And I'll bring a few of these Furies as well. And then Devotees is actually not bad against High Elves. And then... I don't know. Alright, let's just figure out what to bring. Actually, Forsakens might not be bad. Let's just do that. And then we're out of funds again, because it's freaking expensive to play Slaanesh. Oh! Slaanesh, why are you so expensive? Costing an arm and a leg for, like, everything. what if they brought a shit ton? Oh. I don't want to bring boobs next though. So Pleasure Guard again. That's my cavalry killer. At least what they're supposed to be. Soul Stealer, Staff of Mask, and keeping Soul Feeder on there. Fuck, I'll just not bring... Yeah, I'll just not bring the Devotees, because, man, that's so expensive. I don't have the money. I don't have the funds. Creighton... You know, I'll just get Furies. Fuck it. Just get another Furies. They're staying in the skies. They're not doing anything other than trying to chase after Sky Cutters. That's it. That's all they're gonna do. Once again, I don't have enough money for the Riders of the Mighty Serpent. They're good, I know, but oh wait, no, they're fighting Slanesh. Okay, yeah, not bothering with that. Yeah, not bothering with that. Should I just... Maybe I'll just bring another champions and try to break through the front line there. With all my characters and stuff. Okay, what dances do I have there? Dance of Caging. This lowers leadership, which might help. Oh, it's gonna be... We need to try and blitz through the enemy front line. That's a real question. Whether we can do that, that's a real question here. We shall see. It's gonna be rough though. It's definitely gonna be rough. Wait, we can do that. Hold the flanks. These guys, in case we need to deal with Sky Cutters, these guys will have to focus on that. While the champions will help to break through. Alongside some Lash of Slanesh help and the mask. And Forsaken. Yeah, we're just stacking shit up together and trying to push through. But if they have a horse build, then use of Princes of Perfection to protect the devotees with crossbows sounds interesting. The thing is, I don't have enough assets. If they have more than one cavalry, I'm screwed. There's only one spear, so you can only deal with maximum one cavalry at a time. And I can't afford a lot of backline protection. The devotees usually just doesn't have anything around them. That's why. Because everything else is so expensive. Everything else is so expensive on the Slanesh roster. You just can't bring enough assets to keep them safe. Like, unless you're expecting an army that doesn't have a lot of mobility threat, then maybe that makes sense. But like, yeah, otherwise it's just gonna be rough. Anyways, right. Just stacking stuff together and hoping for the best. It's just gonna be a rush here. There's no tactics. Just YOLO.
Ceaseless spinning.
Alright, we YOLO. Fuck it, we ball. Is my opponent ready? Not sure, actually. It's always expensive, but quality, I really like playing them, especially after the DLC. Yeah, the DLC... I thought the DLC units kind of suck, but the more I play it, the more they seem to do well in their specific roles. And I probably just kind of screw them up by throwing them into battles that are not what they're supposed to... Not what they're designed for. Like, they're not bad, they're decent, they're pretty good actually, but only in the roles that they're designed for. Anything else, they absolutely sucks ass because of how glass cannon they are. But yeah. Like... Oh wait, we're on battles. Alright, we are on land battle, so... Oh no, they're boxing up. Okay, that's a bit of a problem. Oh, they're boxing up. Oh, okay. Yeah, we can probably work with that. We can work with that.
Sensations must flow.
Oh, this is gonna be a juicy ass. This is gonna be a juicy ass soul stealer. Holy shit. Let's just rush. Okay, so let's just figure this out.
My body is the flurry of the winds.
These guys stay the back for now.
Endlessly
Everything else starts rushing.
Dark sorcery unleashed.
Oh, start dodging, I guess.
Take up my spot.
Oh shit, it's a net. Okay, I need to throw in those. Oh shit, that's annoying. All right, cool.
Finding a
That's not cool. Okay, that's not cool. I didn't realize there was a light mage in there. Damn it. And
his will eclipses all. The umbral clouds gather.
all right, let's just try and
I remember the steps.
do some dodging.
Approaching the stage, weaving through. I see the path. His greatest glamours.
And I run up, torment them in the back. Spears push up, and you guys start moving up, I guess. Oh, we're getting spirit leech. That's not ideal.
Obey.
All right, just keep blasting them with AOE magic, I guess.
The Dark Prince empowers me.
Okay, the second series is time for you guys to drop in now, and Forsakens are not having a good time at all. That's understandable. Oh, this guy as well. That's not great.
An opening.
Uh,
Proceeding.
Astlanish will.
That is indeed a box build of all times, and I'm not ready to deal with that.
The living dance.
Oh, did they bring the Blast Tomb? I hope they didn't, because... Okay, they didn't. Okay, at least that's fine. Because the Blast Tomb was indeed a rule breaker, but they didn't, so it's fine. Okay, we keep that health drain on, keep the Mortis engine on. We're kind of pushing through, but
Finding fresh soul.
it's not ideal. Spirit leeches are not ideal. Oh boy.
Sorcerer of Slaanesh. Taste the unbridled essence.
Alright, I think that
1, 2,
is...
3, 1, 2, 3. The murderous minuet.
We need a little bit longer for that. Oh, and I think that is GG. Mask is gonna go die at this point.
Mask of Slaanesh.
Still somehow stay hang on, but yeah, I don't think we have much longer left in this world.
I breathe in the wind.
The only damage are doing work, it's just not working fast enough.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, let's just keep doing that. I think that is GG from Mask. One more drain from that, they're gonna go down. Yep, GG.
Dark sorcery unleashed.
Yeah, the box build was a bit much.
Anticipation.
We couldn't do enough here. Damn. I mean, we did some okay work, and these guys are still fighting on, man. The Pleasure Guard are strong, man. They're really good. Unfortunately, not enough to deal with a box build. I should have prepared for a box build, to be fair. That was a very high elf thing to do. Yeah. Can we at least kill Tackless with the Pleasure Guard? Maybe a better idea would have been Pit of Shades instead. Oh wait, yeah, I didn't even check. Yeah, one very bad habit of mine is I never checked at the enemy characters. So yeah. I've got nothing. Oh man, if I brought slicing shards, that would have been. If I brought slicing shards, what if? The what ifs. Note to self: always bring slicing shards against high elves. That would have killed the whole box. Lore Master has healing and net and being a multi-lore caster. They got Tackless. That's all the net they need. I don't think Lore Master has net though. Tackless do. That's the thing. Tackless do. But yeah, if I brought slicing shards, I thought we don't need it. But yeah, I forgot that high elves could box. So they did box up, and that was very effective. Those Blades of Hoeth really thrive in the battle against all those Forsaken, cutting through them like hot knife through butter. And unfortunately, the mask got hit by a net from Tackless and got shot to death, halfway to death before he could do some fighting there. Yeah, you need some block box breaking spells as Slaanesh. The Lore Master doesn't have net. Yeah, he doesn't. It's Tackless. It's Tackless. So yeah. If I think a better chance. I definitely needed to, like, if I cut out the Druchii and bring the slicing shards, that probably would have made more sense. And I will have a little bit more units to use as well. That probably would. Yeah, but yeah, I definitely as Slaanesh I should have prepared for a box, because that was a very efficient build against a box. Just kind of, against Slaanesh, a very efficient build against Slaanesh. Holding the ground with all that staunch line of spears, and then cut, and a very elite unit of swords. Silverin really solid against Forsaken. Yeah, Silverin Guard. They just hold with superior melee defense and armor. I was only able to break through because of the spell spamming, but even then it was not enough. If I had slicing shards, this box would have been toast, but I did not. I didn't bring it. I wanted to bring the Anointed, and I don't have enough funds for that. Okay, note to self: always bring slicing shards as Slaanesh against box build armies. That's it. But yeah, GG to my opponent there, very well played, and that is our run with only one win. Cries. Slaanesh hates me now. Alright, looks like we have a winner. Yeah, we indeed do have a winner. However, I'm not gonna announce it on stream though, so yeah. And we're also waiting for the last battle to conclude in the... Yeah, we're gonna conclude... we're waiting for one last battle to conclude before we end the tourney. Alright, alright, so let's just organize the replays and then we can start casting the rest of the games. Let me just check. What was the last one I download? Okay, the not went up till round 3, I think. Where the fuck did I stop downloading? Because I'm looking at a lot of replays right now. Metros. Huh? Okay, no, that's the... That's my replay, and then... Okay, figure it out. Alright. Let's get the battles started. Wait, hold on. Oh, wait. Okay. So, let me make a quick tournament announcement, because we do have the last battle concluded and the tournament is over, at least for the live games sections. We are going into the replay section afterwards, but just let me make a quick announcement. Okay, okay, okay. So we do have a few more. So we have all the replays sorted, and now I just need to go through all of them and make sure I haven't missed anything. All right, this is where we started playing. We do have 2 Skaven players in this tourney, which is why I put them into a mirror match in the very first round. And let's start with these guys: Milky Way versus Hamster Berserker. Wait, hold on. Okay, no, it is Queek versus a Warlord. Wait, no, that's a Warlord, right? Yeah, that's a Warlord. Okay, so it will be funny if it's Queek versus Queek, but anyways, it's a Queek versus Warlord situation. Looks like Clan Modor has oh wait, yeah, hold on. Clan Moors have a rebellion right now, and Queek decided to pacify it himself, taking the lead and get his underlings back in line. But we shall see if he managed to succeed here. A front line of Skaven slaves for the Queek side of things, for Milky Way's Queek army. And a double abomination. One of them the thing, the other just help abomination. 2 very powerful monsters on the field, backed up by a bunch of Doomflayers and Rat Ogres. It's a Skaven rush army, boys. They're gonna rush in and crash into the enemy army and see if they can overrun the other side. And on the other side, though, wait, hold on. We forgot about the caster. We do have an Ash. I swear I saw an Ashen caster somewhere. Is he hiding so well? I'm missing. No, he's right there. He was hiding away, but he's stalking just from the enemy. with Fear of Aramar. Minus 20 for leadership, a massive leadership debuff to the enemy. And it's really effective against Skavens, especially combined with the terror effect on these Helped Abominations. And what else? That's a very interesting tech for this game. Skitter Leap, unspottable in stock. Imagine the Helped Abomination becomes unspottable and stalking in plain sight. That would be funny. Warp Stars and yeah, the speed of Lycos, another stalking ability. So yeah, it's going sneaky here with the Ashen Caster. On the other side, for wait, hold on. Yeah, I think that's it. On the other side, for the rebellions of Clan Moors, Warlord leading the army on one of the mutant red ogres, Skull Crusher, I think, Skull Breaker, Skull Crusher. I don't remember the exact name of the red ogre. A front line of Bone Crusher, I think that's the name. A front line of Skaven Slave Spears backed up by red ogres and a couple of 3 units of Death Globe Bombardiers. Ashen Triads, Anxious Triads to be exact, the ones who can Shadow Clone or Jutsu themselves. A bunch of Night Runners, Slingers, and yeah, that's it for the army builds. Ooh, there's also a couple Clan Moors Wolf Rat's Poison hiding in the forest. That's it. Now for the Moors Rebels. For the Rebels, the front line is moving up. Same goes for the Moors front line. And Clan Moors, of course, are gonna just try and crush the enemy side. Getting those mercenaries from Clan Ashen, Clan Skyr, and Clan Modo is not easy though. So they better make this worth it. But yeah, the Skaven slaves are just gonna get crushed by this wave of attack. But what they need to do is buy enough time for the Death Globe Bombardiers to bomb out the infantry. However, those are not gonna work against the single entity monsters and the Doom Slayers. So they do need to figure out how can they take down those double abominations. Maybe the Slingers, perhaps. Anyways, looks like the Rebel front line got absolutely demolished by the Doom Slayers here. And the Death Globe, oh wait, Death Globe Bombardiers these are, so they can do well even against single entities with their high damage. Anyways, both sides are just having mass routes in the front line, everyone taking so much damage, everyone routing. Clan Ashen though, rushing straight into the center, probably want to charge towards the Helper Abomination and not Quick Hack Taker. Quick Hack Taker taking a lot of leadership issues here. Was there? Yeah. Not sure why, but his leadership dropped to almost routing. But yeah, Bone Crusher is not having a good time. The Warlord is not having a good time here. Leadership Fear of Amar. Nuking that leadership down with a Helper Abomination is also like lowering his leadership. But that is not enough to make him rout yet. And he stands tall for now. With the Ashen Triads, they definitely need to help him out against the Helper Abominations. While the Doomslayer just pushed straight through the infantry and the Wolf Rats with Poison being unleashed upon those Night Runners with slings. And yeah, looks like they seem to be in a bit of trouble right now. Red Ogre's piling onto Helper Abomination, while the Plague Priest, I forgot about the caster on the red side of the Rebel side. Plague Priest coming in with Vermintide and Pestilent Birth. That's about it though. But yeah, the thing is just crushing straight through all those enemy defenses there. A bunch of slingers are being shot onto it, but it's not doing enough burst damage. Ooh, a Chieftain, forgot about him too. So yeah, no, nothing interesting, just a Bone Crusher. And he's just duking it out against a bunch of infantry as all his support is gone and he's alone against the thing. That is a big problem there. One of the Helper Abomination down to half health, but not enough things nearby to help kill it. Plague Monks are being summoned on the field, but not really fighting what they need to fight. Instead, just kind of saturating around. The Helper Abomination wasting a lot of the DPS. Even fighting Red Ogres would have been a better call for them, honestly. But yeah, unfortunately, that was not a great summon. And the back line of the Rebels are being ravaged by the Doomslayers. At least the Axios Triads are doing some work here, trying to cut down those Doomslayers, and they are getting some work done, I guess. Nothing too insane. But yeah, the Warlord is not having a good time, even after all those Red Ogres helping him out. He is just getting absolutely smashed by the Helper Abomination with its very tough HP pool and regeneration. The Death Globe Bombardiers are moving out of the woodworks now. Maybe they can start bursting down the thing. We shall see how much damage it does onto the thing. And not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. That is a bit of a problem now. Oh, yeah, the Skavens just don't have any, like, the rebels don't have any answers to these double abominations. That is, like, the slingers are doing some work here, but it's not doing enough burst damage fast enough. All the wolf rats are just chasing down all these routed deathglow bombardiers. The warlord is just at the back, really not in a position of doing much. The Ixchus Triads probably will be more efficient here, maybe. Yeah, deathglow bombardier is being chased down by all those modern monsters and will be dead. Same goes for the bombardiers being chased down by wolf rats. And I think we can just fast forward this one. As all the DPS from the rebels are gone, it is pretty much just the Ixchus Triads still left, and the Night Runners are being pressured all over the place. And yeah, I think that is going to be GG. Even the Warlord is just not in a fighting shape at all. Chieftain jumps in, very valiant of him, but gets finished off before he had a chance to run the hell away. And the Abomination very wisely ignoring the Ixchus Triads. Well, the back there is just wolf rats and red ogres chasing down routed rebels. And there's some rebels, consolidated slingers whittling down the thing. But you can see they're closing in on the heal cap and getting a shit ton of healing over the course of battle, while the rebels got none. They don't have any self-healing entities. And yeah, sorry the sound glitched out a bit, so there was no sound in the fast forward situation there. But yeah, the Doomslayers plowed straight through the enemy front line, and the double abomination tanked so much damage, absorbing all those slingshots. And yeah, just hang on till the late game, upholding the balance of power, and also crushing all the enemy red ogres at the same time. The rebel single entities really didn't do. Why did they have a peasant mob in there? What? What? Why is there a peasant mob in there? What? Is that a glitch? Is that a bug? What? What? Wait, what? The shit? What? I'm confused. Like, what? Why is there a peasant mob in there and got 50? What? What? Okay, I don't know what happened there, but assuming it's probably worked something similar to Escape Life Spears, I can't be bothered to ask them to replay this match again. I didn't even. What? I'm still baffled, but yeah, it makes no sense. It shouldn't even be on the roster at all. I don't know. I don't even know. Yeah, permaban, Milky Way cheating again. I don't think it's a problem, but I don't know how he got it there. Like, if it's a mod, it isn't supposed to happen, because you're not even supposed to join the same lobby if you're in different mods. So it must be some kind of a bug glitch or whatever. Or maybe it's just a graphic glitch, or I don't fucking know. But yeah, the Deathglow Bombardiers really didn't do jack shit. Yeah. The Slingers did some work though. The Slings did do pretty well if they get to shoot at the Abominations for a long time. But time was not on their side. Their front lines quickly crumbled to the weight of double Abomination, and oh shit, we're seeing Doom Seekers build. Oh, but yeah, it's the Skaven frontline just crumbled against the. Yeah, it was the peasant. It was the. But yeah, the Skaven frontline just crumbled against the Doomslayer plus double Abomination so fast. Yeah, like, how? I don't get it. How? Was there even a peasant unit? There must be a glitch or something. Wait, what? No, it's some weird trick. He likes to play Changeling on Skaven too. My brain just kind of filtered this peasant unit out when I first loaded into the game, which is why I didn't notice it. Like, but I'm so baffled. Like, what? Oh, there's like a peasant mob here. Like, what? I mean, they're kind of just like Skaven slaves, so I don't really think it's. I don't think it's that big of a deal, but. What? This is so weird, man. Yeah, anyways, I'm gonna delete that replay and start moving on, because we have a lot to go through today. And I don't wanna Get stuck around. Ooh, yeah, I guess stuck around and sleeping at 12. Like getting off the stream at in after 3 hours to cast everything. So yeah, we'll see. Alright, let's slow down a bit because we are seeing some Vanguard shenanigans. Now, for the Lizardmen here, we are seeing some Kivlian Stalkers and Oxyato! Haven't seen you in a while! Never since Game 3 came out. Because Skirmishing Lords kinda sucks these days. Unless you're a multi-shot armor piercing lord, then it's different. Single shot sucks, but the engineer repeater guns, oh my god, those human engineers absolutely shred through armor. But yeah, Oxyato leading the army, hiding away already, and Lizardmen here are frontline of skink cohorts with javelins backed up by some Bastillodons. They have some decent missile resistance, so they can probably mitigate some of that in case they have some. Not a lot though. They're still gonna die if they got shot a few more times. A ton of AP though. Feral Koans and Spear Riders. Koan Spear Riders just scattered all along the back line. And leading the army is the Skink Priest of Heaven with Wind Blast, the new revamped Lord of Heaven spell, and that's it. It's gonna be a bunch of Cumblians jumping onto the Skaven back line, but the Skaven is coming in with a bit of a box build, a shit ton of Skaven Slave Spears and Skaven Slaves and Rat Ogres lay it defenses, and Ashen Triads at the back as well, providing some large anti-armor against the enemy monsters and cavalry. Against Zap already launching shots through the trees even. And Red Ogre's protecting the center, Grey Seer of Ruin with Howling Warp Gale and Warp Storm Scroll, Dreaded 13 spell to drop those explosions into the middle. Death Frenzy providing some attack buff for those. Extra try is in here as well for those Skaven units, and that's about it. Oxyato already shooting, but he needs to be shooting monsters. Well, he needs to be shooting high value targets to say the least. And Red Ogres are not a bad choice. Not the most optimal, target, but like not the most optimal target. Obviously, the Grey Seer is a more important one. Oh wait, that Oxyato is a multi-shot. No, that was his pipe ability. Yeah, that was a golden blow pipe. Otherwise, he's a single shot character, I think. He might want to start running because those Skavens are going to drag him down into melee, and he does not want to be in a melee. Oh, but he's getting suppressed by those Rattling Guns. Teeth Breakers is in the center. Good news is, Oxyato is a quick character. It's hard as hell to shoot at him. Instead, that's a lot of friendly fire. That's a lot of death Skavens from the friendly fire. But he's still dropping fast though from all the suppression fire. He's not a tanky lord by any means, and that damage does add up. The artillery is not landing the hits though, and he's soon hiding behind this slope and just avoiding that line of sight from Rattling Guns. Now Javelin cohorts are moving up, same goes for everything else on the Skaven roster. While these Skink cores with Javelins are getting blasted, it's their turn to get blasted by Teeth Breakers. Oh no! It's gonna be a Warp Storm Scroll, isn't it? But yeah, at least there's a... Wait. A wrong? Oh, there was a Helmet of Cassandora. Nope, that's not working because it still takes forever to cast. You want the infantry to engage something, just getting them tied down before dropping it down. And now the Skink Priest is just stuck in the sky, standing right in front of those Rattling Guns. At least the Skink Cores are in position to disrupt them. But yeah, still taking some damage there. Waterfront line getting shot by javelins. The Skaven Slaves are crumbling. The Koan mobility crushing in. And also the Feral Bastillodon pushing straight through, gunning straight for, beelining straight for that Ikigzasa, who is just launching shot after shot at the Skink Priest, adding that cooldown onto his spell abilities, denying him from using those spells. over here, Extra Strides is just screening off those Koan cavalry and mobility, though the Bastillodon is not screenable, and it is in the vicinity of those Kick-Zap-Zap artillery models, silencing them for now. Oxyado back in range of the Teeth Breakers and back under fire again. Things are not looking great for Oxyauto, honestly. And balance of power is in favor of the Skavens, as their firepower is doing more and more damage, while the Lizardmen still have some steam to give us as well. But oh no, the Koan are rampage, so they got rampage straight into Red Ogres instead of trying to go after Teeth Breakers. Well, Oxyauto is almost dead. Easy, no, Oxyauto, but the Skinks, the brave Skinks, blocking shots for him. And now he's not out of range, just being line of sight being blocked by other fellow Skavens. Anyways, over here the Lizardman seems to be making a bit more headway. The Bastillodon's really pushing straight through enemy defenses. Skinks are driving through as well as the front line of the Skaven slaves crumbles. And they've got more and more units in the back line shutting down the Kick-Zap-Zap. But the Teeth Breakers are still firing though, and this time at those Koan cavalry taking quite a bit of damage already, fighting Red Ogres and enemy infantry as well. Extra Trias trying to follow closely, especially these Koan cavalry being suppressed. They're actually slower than Ashen Triads. Wait, what are you doing? Just keep chasing after the Koan cavalryman. Anyways, never mind. The Koan cavalry will be retreating, and Oxyauto is just staying the hell away from the enemy units. Finally deciding to shoot at the Teeth Breakers, but this might be a bit too late. And yeah, the Lizardman just doesn't have the troops on the field to keep pushing through. Like, not shutting down the Teeth Breakers is definitely a big problem, doing so much damage over time. And I totally missed out on what the... Let's load in again, because I totally missed out on what the Chameleon Stalkers do. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna fast forward this a bit, because yeah, I totally forgot to highlight the Chameleon Stalkers, so I'm just gonna fast forward a bit to see what's on there. Oh, they're at the back, just jumping in onto Ashen Triads isn't too bad, but it doesn't seem the explosions did too much to the enemy, and then they're just fighting through Ashen Triads, which, I mean, they're not a bad fighter, but they're not great by any means. And then being surrounded on front, Red Ogres jumping, yeah, they definitely suffered hard. Alright, let's fast forward till the end so we can look at the army performances. But yeah, not sending anything in to shut down the Teeth Breakers really cost Lizardman in the long run. Just allowing them to just sit there and shoot with impunity. Doing so much damage. Yeah, 2,000 gold worth of damage value, man. And a lot of those are shooting at Oxyauto too. And then the Koan Spears and Koan Furrow Koans standing right in front of the Ratlings. Ugh, that was painful. Oxyauto, how did you get 116 kills? That makes no sense. Was it the blowpipe? Maybe. Oh, huh. That was interesting. But yeah, the Skink Priest got once again just sitting in front of the Rattling guns for too long. They're like they used to be. Their aim used to be absolutely horrible, but this time seems like they have some solid aiming in recent patches and stuff. Oh, that's you, Twist, going with Doomseekers. that is a brave build. I admire. I appreciate Doomseeker spams. I love Doomseekers. They are a great unit. Just unfortunately, no one loves them. That's a problem here. Actually, wait. Oh, good. What? I've already deleted the Skaven game, or? No, not that one. Not that one. Wait. There. Oh, I might have just deleted the Skaven game already. Okay. Next up, we have. Yeah, this one it is. Okay. Empire versus Norska. A grudge match for sure. Human Boy yes going with Boris Todbringer. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting one. Haven't seen Boris in a while. Versus the new cheap and cost efficient Shaman Saucer. The Regiment of Rhiannon did surprisingly well. Oh, nice. I'm looking forward to see the Doomseeker spam. I love seeing that. Admittedly, I don't play them often these days, so but yeah. It's nice to see them nonetheless. Anyways, Human Boy SS once again going for an artillery formation. Pike and shoot a bit. Spears in the front, at the back, one hammer of witches, and a bunch of cavalry ready to respond to enemy threats. Knights of the Blazing Sun, Pistoliers and Empire Knights, and also Roll of Griffite. Similarly on the other side, Knights of Blazing Sun, Empire Knight, and Pistoliers, leading the army Boris with a light wizard support with only Nat of Emmental. That and Shim's Burning Gaze are the two only noteworthy spells in the Lore of Light. Maybe Barona's Time Warp sometimes, but mostly the other spells are just kind of shit. Now, on the other side for the Norskin, the front line of Marauders and Marauder Bearmen. I saw some Bearmen earlier, right? Yep, Bearmen right there. Providing a very wide front line, supported by Kurgan horsemen with great weapons. These guys are so cost efficient. Like, of course, you don't want them to charge into cavalry head-on, but if they can get a rear charge with that devastating flanker trait, they will devastate enemy. Yeah, they would devastate enemy armored cavalry, and they do have immune to psychology. Yeah, that makes them more sturdier than your usual light cav. Norskin Ice Wolves and a Björk Bearstruck. Björk Spearstruck, yeah. With a couple Javis at the back there. Leading the army is a great Shaman Saucer of Metal with Final Transmutation and Final Transmutation only, which honestly doesn't do great against Boris unless you can burst him down fast, because Boris do heal. So that was a really neat choice with Boris Todbringer there, using his self-regeneration to mitigate any incoming direct damage spells. And yeah, it looks like the Hammer of Witches is doing some damage already. Pistoliers are also moving up alongside the rest of the cavalry, probably looking for a decent engagement, but they do have to be careful. Those Kurgan horsemen are just waiting nearby for an opportunity to pounce on the enemy cavalry, but looks like they are being netted by the light wizard. Very nicely caught by Human Boy yes here. And the Knights of the Blazing Sun is slamming straight into the Kurgan horsemen. They're absolutely glass cannon, and getting charged like that means they're getting melted. But of course, Ice Wolves are piling in. Both sides are being committed heavily into this fight. But it looks like the Royal Auto Griffites were a little bit more focused on trying to take down the Great Shaman Saucer. The rest of the army of the human army, the Imperials, are just sitting back there and focusing on this engagement, with Pistoliers pushing up as well, trying to chase down on those Norskin Ice Wolves in melee. And yeah, Boris Todbringer being in this fight is huge because he's terrifying away a shit ton of those Ice Wolves. And not only that, he's also forcefully lowering the leadership of the enemy cavalry with the Crush the Weak and Blood Roar, minus 12 leadership in total, forcing the enemy units to rout even earlier. Although the Empire cavalry are a bit spent right now, being as they do take attrition themselves, and nearby javelins are flying towards them. Yeah, that's some nasty damage with anti-large, but looks like the Raw of the Griffites have routed off that Great Shaman Sorcerer, and Boris will be committed to chase him down. Infantry-wise, Marauders are clashing into state troops but not making a lot of headway, as both sides are very focused onto this engagement right now. The Great Shaman Sorcerer, it has recovered the leadership, but Boris Topbringer is nearby, and a net of Emmental coming straight in, allowing the Empire army to pin him down. Boris coming in to finish the job. A strike not landing a hit, but most importantly just getting that leadership debuff onto the Shaman Sorcerer and getting him routed, and now he's routed. Yeah, there's no more spell casting for the Norskin. Balance of power is in favor of the Empire, and the Kurgan Horsemen are just coming in, cleaning everything up on this flank, as all the Empire Heavy Cav are pretty much spent, and these Pistoliers were trying to chase down the Norskin Ice Wolves. Were not able to chase them down before they recovered their leadership, and now they're being devoured. The problem is balance of power is in favor of the Empire, and can they pull this one back? There's still a lot of state troops left and some rather healthy cavalry. Although, oh no, the Rout of Griffa is a big loss, that is. Getting caught by these much faster and agile light horsemen. Especially they got charged behind, taking a shit ton of armor-piercing damage. Whoa, wait, whoa, what? Frenzy, Rage, War Cry. Oh, that was the Bjork Bear Struck ability. The War Cry ability, yeah, they got the charge. They were charging together, and oh, that makes sense. That's why the Kurgan Horsemen got so much stats and obliterated those Raw of Griffites on the charge, and bringing that balance of power back to the middle, killing such an important unit on the Empire side. Very nicely done by the Norskin player. I actually forgot who was playing Norska today. Let me just quickly check. Oh, Ludero. Yeah, very nicely done. But yeah, spears are still holding, but at the same time, the Empire lost out on a lot of assets already. Their cavalry are pretty much spent. They got some pretty good wins in the early game and killed the enemy lord, but what are they supposed to do to fight Bjork Bearstruck at this point? That's not a whole lot to do. Okay, Knights of Blazing Sun right now is a bit busy. There's not a whole lot of cavalry left on the Empire side, and they're really occupied all over the place. Knights of Blazing Sun quickly runs down those Kurgan Horsemen, as they did get a head-on charge, and now trying to go after Murder Hunters with Javis as well. Boris Topbringer is quite needed in the front line. The spears are losing out in the... Oh, the Kurgan Horsemen, some of them are still very much healthy, circling around. Wait, did I forgot to talk about the Norskan army build? No, I don't think I think we talked through them. Anyways, Kurgan Horsemen, they're running in and just trying to go after the Hammer of Witches, but here comes the Empire Knights returning. They're quite battered, but they did have the power of net among them. Behind them, more like, as the Light Wizard drops in the net, pin down the Kurgan Horsemen, allowing the Empire to get a good charge onto these light cavalry. However, the Empire Spears front line are losing out against the Marauder and Bearmen, so that is a problem that the Empire do need to tackle. But their resources are running thin. These Pistoliers are almost dead. The Knights of Blazing Sun are also getting weaker and weaker and suffering a little bit of friendly fire as well. The Empire Knights here are getting some good work done against the Kurgan Horsemen and the Norskan Ice Wolves, allowing the Hammer of Witches to continue to fire. This time they're switching the target over to Bjork Bearstruck. But Bjork is beelining a bit. I guess he's trying to just charge enemy units, but yeah, making it quite rough for the Hammer of Witches to get a good shot onto him right now. He's not exactly a big target either. Pistoliers are still holding around. Boris Topbringer is a powerful self-healing single entity with terror, so he might be able to get some good work in the late game. But looks like these Kurgan Horsemen recovered and went for round 2 against an almost depleted Empire Knight. So the Empire Knights are quickly routed despite they managed to win the earlier fight. The Kurgan Horsemen managed to make a comeback. So yeah, we might... Ooh. And at this point, all the state troops are occupied or dead. Empire Cavalry are also pretty dead. Exposing the backline, the Hammer of Witches, to the ravaging of Ice Wolves and Kurgan Horsemen. Boris Topbringer taking the fight to Bjork Bearstruck. who does have some regeneration to heal as well. And don't forget about the Bearfang Talisman providing 40% damage resistance. So, oh no! Kurgan Horseman, seeing that Boris Todbringer is busy fighting Bearstruck, delivered a rear charge onto him. And the Empire, knowing that Boris can't survive an onslaught, fighting against Burok one-on-one and then getting hit by a hammering rear charge from those Kurgan Horsemen with armor-piercing attacks and devastating flankers. Yeah, that's probably not going to happen. That's the, for the Boris Todbringer and his Griffin. So that is going to be GG as Human Boy Yes throws in the towel. Very nicely done there from both players. A very cool game. A lot of back and forth. And in the end, Norska prevailed. Yeah, some decent damage from these Kurgan Horsemen overall. And the Infantry Marauders and Bearmen definitely wins out against the enemy state troops. And the Marauder Hunters with Javis get some pretty good damage, whittling down those enemy cavalry. And oh god, these Norscan Ice Wolves. Getting a charge onto enemy units and then chasing them down with a permanent slow with that Frostbite. Once you got slowed down, you're gonna get permanently attacked by a bunch of Ice Wolves. Unless something screens them out for you. There's no escape. Once the 30% speed debuff lands, Pistoleers, they have been very disappointing ever since Warhammer 3 started. So yeah, they didn't really do much. Hammer of Witches did some decent damage, but yeah, that's about it. Boris, unfortunately, didn't do a whole lot of damage either. He's not really a damaging character. He's a routing character, forcing routes on the field. But yeah, the Kurgan Horsemen are just so good if they get a chargement. You all saw how they melted the raw out of Griphites there. So yeah, I feel like the raw out of Griphites not targeting the Kurgan Horsemen and instead trying to go focus down on the caster might have been a bit of a mistake. Like they like not finishing the Kurgan Horsemen allows them to make a comeback and just chasing down, using a superior mobility to hunt down the knights and chase down router units and whatnot. Let's skip Empire for now and watch some Dowie versus Greenskins. Alright, let's pause this a bit because it's gonna be a rush. This is a Doomseeker army, and Doomseeker has one great thing about them. They can Vanguard deployed. So if you want to deal with an enemy army that is boxing up, the best idea is bring a bunch of miners with blasting charges and just line up those Doomseekers right behind them. Throw in the blasting charges to soften enemy lines, and then the Doomseekers can commit and break through enemy defenses with their superior melee damage output. And at the same time, a shit ton of Slayers at the back. One of them, the Dragonback Slayers, with Angrim Iron Fist leading the army as the Slayer King. And yeah, that's it for the Dwarf army. A very simple but very fun army build. And on the other side, for the Greenskins, they're not really boxing, but they're definitely bringing a more static build than the Dowie. With Relocks, Armored Orcs, and Rusty Airs, a front line of Goblins backed up by Black Orcs with great weapons and a Snagla's Death Thrower. Yeah, a chief front line, missile back line, and then reserves with heavy elite infantry. A shit ton of squigs in general, not necessarily. Oh yeah, actually all of them are squig herds. One of them is the Dirkit Squigs, and then 4 squig herds. Just stacking on top of each other. And what else? Night Gobbles and Night Gobble Warboss. These are the AP loonies. For some reason their names don't show up on the enemy side. And yeah, that's it for the army build. And let the battle begin. Immediately the dwarves will be rushing. Not that they have anything else to do. they can't kite, they can't box, they have to rush. And the miners are pushing up. Like, the Doomseekers is a very offensive infantry, so they don't mesh well with the rest of the dwarf roster. They are great at offensive, but not great at defense. And that's why you don't really see them in dwarf boxes, but they are very killy. explosive charges are moving in. They need to start throwing explosive charges in soon, because okay, yeah, they're throwing explosive charges, nuking the Snagless Death Throwers. They need to nuke those rusty airs, not the Death Throwers. The missiles are gonna be a problem, and the Ruglux Armored Orcs didn't take a whole lot of damage because they do have a lot of armor to mitigate the incoming damage like that. Doomseekers and Black Orcs duking it out, combat quite even. I wonder if the Doomseekers got the charge on the Black Orcs, or is it the other way around? Because it seems like the Doomseekers are taking a lot of damage on that side. The Doomseekers over here are doing a little bit better, but Fist of Gork is evening the fight, while the Brotherhood of Grimnir absolutely shredding through everything in front of them. Now the Squigs have emerged out from the forest, and Miners, Slayers are moving over and try to respond to them, while the Dragonback Slayers and Doomseekers are engaging Glorious Death, keeping those Dragonback Slayers as something unable to die. And Grim Iron Fist will be moving into combat, maybe? No, Black Orcs are getting in. Here we go, though. And wow, everyone on the green skin side just got a juicy attacking buff. And the Slayers, oh no! These Slayers were trying to push through to the enemy missiles at the back, perhaps, and oh wait, where did the Magic Marauders came from? But anyways, the Brotherhood of Grimnir managed to squeeze into the formation of Rusty Airs and did the Beyblade spin, killing a shit ton of Rusty Airs. Good on them. While Black Orcs are being worn down by Slayers and Doomseekers. But yeah, there's still a bunch of missiles on the field, and that is not great for the Dwarfs rush at all. They're gonna get whittled down over time. At least these Slayers, these Brotherhood of Grimnir, are able to catch the Morgrov's Magic Marauders, and the front line wise, they seems to be doing okay. Slayers are hacking down the Squig herds, and Grim Iron Fists are also joining the fight against the Squigs. Oh, but looks like things are getting quite nasty here, as the Miners and Slayers are surrounded, overwhelmed on all fronts by Squigs and Apex Loonies, who does have decent enough melee stats to go toe-to-toe against the Doomseekers. These Brotherhood of Grimnir are chasing down the enemy artillery, but that exposes them to the Morgrov's Magic Marauders, and they're getting whittled down over time. Savage Orc Great Shaman, I forgot to highlight him, it has been dropping in a lot of really cool buffs over time. While the Dragonback Slayers are trying to hunt him down, they are getting shot by the Ruglux Armored Orcs, and Goblins are coming into screen for their Liege Lord. Grim Iron Fist, of course, beelining straight for the enemy Lord here, but looks like the Slayer Rush is slowly running out of steam, being shot from the enemy over time, slowly whittling down their health. A death by 1,000 cuts, basically. 1,000 arrows, basically. Slowly accumulating that damage and wear down the Slayers, who are unbreakable, and you need to kill them to their very last dwarf in combat. Miners, though, they are gonna get shut down and routed. It's pretty much just about Dragonback Slayers and the Brotherhood of Grimnir, who are trying to go after the Ruglux Armored Orcs. They should be able to do well there, but they're running lower and lower on HP. After all, Doomseeker is a very glass cannon unit as well, unlike Iron Fist, who have a lot of armor on him. Doomseekers in fact got the charge. I do not know why they suck so much there. That was weird. Yeah, that was weird. Well, they're somehow losing to Black Orcs. That was weird. Anyways, I will try to look at it again, try to spot if anything went wrong. But yeah. And another glorious death, keeping those Slayers alive. The Dragonback Slayers, they're running low on health, but their models can't die. All thanks to Angrim's ability, and the Brotherhood of Grimnir managed to clear out the Ruglux Armored Orcs, losing half of their remaining HP as a result, though. That's a problem with Dragonback Slayers, Doomseekers after all. They're so fragile, man, but yeah, it's still funny to use them. But yeah, the Glorious Death is over, so the Dragonback Slayers will once again start dying. It is Unbreakable Unit versus Unbreakable Unit, as the Apex Loonies are indeed unbreakable, and a Fist of Gork coming in to buff their stats, so they will beat down the remaining Dragonback Slayers, with Angrim trying his best to fight his way out. But yeah, I think he's just gonna die a Slayer's death at this point. A glorious death, but still a death. And yeah, it is pretty much just the Slayers left, and very tattered Slayers, by the way, and Angrim upholding the balance of power. And the Black Orcs coming in, Squigs coming in, overwhelming the remaining remaining Slayer's troops, and Ingram Iron Fist dropping in. Just being dropped in a bunch of squigs, armor-piercing attacks, and Fist of Gork boosting their fighting power, slowly wear down Ingram Iron Fist. And that shall be GG. A very cool Doomseeker rush. A peasant would be really helpful right here for the Dowie. How did you even get the peasant in your fight? It makes no sense. It makes no freaking sense. But yeah. A peasant would be helpful, but yeah, the Slayers did alright. No, actually, no, not really. They got shot up and worn down by a lot of infantry, and they're not good at fighting infantry. Like, they can fight, they can win the fight, but they're taking way too much damage in the process due to the lack of armor in general. Doomseekers did alright, but unfortunately not able to earn back their worth. Brotherhood of Grimnir did some pretty good damage. Killed a lot of things, actually. They basically took down the Raglok's armored orcs all by themselves, as the Raglok's armored orcs didn't take much damage when being until being caught by the Brotherhood of Grimnir. And miners didn't do a whole lot. I almost feel like the blasting charges are no longer worth it. Actually. Okay, to be fair, they were just launching shots at armored orcs, so that probably was explained. Alright, for the greenskins here, Black Orcs did really well. Did they actually win out the punch down? Did they win the punch out against Doomseekers? I mean, they trade well into Slayers for sure, and they absolutely slaughter those miners, but I need to check again. But yeah, it's a wall of metal and muscle that the Slayers would find a hard time to punch through, unless you're a Doomseeker, I guess, but even then. And then the squigs just overwhelmed the Slayers on the flanks. None of the blasting charges were aimed at the Black Orcs. All three Black Orcs were attacked by the Doomseekers. Okay, cool. But yeah, blasting charges still didn't do a whole lot, unfortunately. Oh wait, one of them was shot at the Raglok's armored orcs. So that was... So a lot of that damage got mitigated by the explosives. That's probably why. Death thrower sucks though. I guess it helps against artillery, but yeah, didn't do shit. But yeah, I need to check what happened to that Doomseeker. Why did they get messed up so fast in that fight? Like, theoretically, they should be okay against Black Orcs. Theoretically. I think it's this unit of Slayers. Wait. That was a weird charge. But they did get the charge, nonetheless. Oh wait, no, is it the... Oh wait, no, I missed out. Wrong unit, wrong unit, wrong unit. Wrong unit. Your first game might be skipped because wait, was it skipped? Yeah, I'm not casting every single game in chronological order. I just download everything into one big folder and try to cast everything in whatever, and sometimes in order, sometimes if we are looking at like duplicate matchups, like matchups with similar units, then I might just skip ahead and cast something else first. I don't see them getting a good charge. They might have gotten a good charge, but also the Black Orcs got a good charge on them. That might be the case. Yeah. Anyways. Let me just skip that. Let's end that. This is your first game, right? Wait, no, that might not be. Let me just check. That was last week. Yeah, that I kind of skipped because I don't want to look at. Okay, I was looking at that. I think I don't want to look at an Empire army. Oh wait, no, we've seen that one. Okay, we can delete that. It was a duplicate replay. Never mind. But yeah, we can cast somewhere around. Yeah, somewhere down below. This is the one I skipped. I think we can cast this afterwards. But yeah, let's just check. Do we have any duplicate replays? That's another thing. Sometimes we've got multiple submissions of the same game. Great stuff, by the way. Not a complaint at all. I'd rather have multiple of the same replays than no replay at all. Just to make sure I don't miss anything. But yeah, this is the one you're talking about, right, Curio? Let's just jump right in. The stream has fallen to chaos. I mean, sometimes you gotta have some randomness in your life. Anyways, Curio versus Impenetrable. Impenetrable. Yeah, that's probably the more correct way to say it. But anyways, Curio going with, is that a spider mount? Yeah, it is a spider mount. Goblin Grey Shaman here on a Ragnarok spider, providing a bunch of orc boys and black orcs again for support. And Snagless Death Throw. Why do you love this artillery so much? It sucks. Savage Orc Boar Bacons, a ton of cavalry at a bacon cav at the back there. Morgros Mangy Marauders and the Rusty Airs as well. Wait, hold on. Okay, Ruglux Armored Orcs. Like, Ruglux Armored Orcs and Rusty Airs are like the staples of the Greenskin army these days. Or at least for Curio's army, I feel like. Every time he plays Greenskins, you kind of see those two. AP Loonies Vanguard deployed, and for the spellcaster already, you can see a Vindictive Glare flying out, and just Vindictive Glare, the others are abilities and items, Crown of Command, and don't even try it. For the High Elves, are we seeing Tyrion again? Yes, we do. Tyrion with a Mage of Shadows with Malkos and Pendulum for support, a front line of ships companies, backed up by archers with light armor in case they're getting jumped by light cavalry. Their armor and a bit of extra melee defense do help them to hold a bit better under enemy cavalry harassment. Illyrian Reavers and yeah, Reaver Archers who are already getting shot by those Vindictive Glare, and a Fireborn unit hiding in the forest. Let's go back to normal speed. Playing Greenskin is like clicking on every Regiment of Renown you see. Their Regiment of Renowns are indeed very good after all. But I still don't get why Death Throw is. Like, both throws are never good. So I'm just kind of baffled by that choice. Maybe you're seeing things I'm not seeing though. Maybe I'm just biased against them. So yeah, I don't know. But yeah, Illyrian Reaver Archers are getting whittled down by the Greenskins missile infantry. While the AP Loonies are moving up, are they gonna unleash those spinning loons? Oh yeah, right through those staunch line of spears, ripping half of their health away, and then follow it up with a charge, and also straight through the archers with light armor as well. Getting some pretty good damage in overall. However, they themselves are getting whittled down pretty badly by enemy archer fire. So the orc boys are moving in, and but not ready to pounce into enemy formations just yet. Another Vindictive Glare, a very nice hit onto the archers with light armor, sniping out almost 1/3 of their army. Ooh, a Pendulum, a devastating strike onto the orc boys, and AP Loonies stacked on top of each other. Orc boys moving in, trying to tie down those Loven Seeker in melee, but they just got half of them got blocked by the ship's companies instead. And Ruglux Armored Orcs are moving in to start shooting as well. Looks like the High Elf formations have taken quite a bit of pounding from the Vindictive Glare and enemy spinning loons, but the spinning loons are no more, I don't think. Oh wait, still having 25% HP, but probably gonna be worn down soon. They're like teetering on 1/4 of HP. Yep, no more spinning loons for them. Unfortunately, the archers really took a toll on their HP amount. Broken Tail Mob, the Bacon Cav contingent are moving close, while the High Elves sending in Tyrion and ship's companies to hunt down them savage orc boys, and the Fireborn are closing in as well, trying to break through on the enemy left flank. Both sides are pushing hard on their right flanks, on their respective right flanks, but the High Elf seems to have less troops to respond to enemy units. Oh no! The Illyrian Reavers are just standing there and getting caught by the Broken Tail Mob, who did not have a charge order on them, to be fair. Just kind of, neither did, but they're still getting outnumbered. At least some more Illyrian Reavers are coming in to help out, but Fireborn are busy elsewhere. And what just happened? Oh, pendulum. Probably a pendulum onto the rusty areas and just nuke half of their health away. While the Fireborn really should not be here fighting infantry. This would be a much better target with a Tyrion helping out. Rusty areas lowering their armor and both throwers. Wait, the Snakla's death throwers were able to pull back a bit and start shooting down those poor Fireborn, and also the Goblin Great Shaman coming in and munching it down. Oh, that is bad for the Fireborn. While the Bacon Cav over here is being driven back by the Illyrian Reavers and some archers just kind of holding their ground. But yeah, the Fireborn is just having a lot of trouble right now. Their armor might get sundered if the rusty air start shooting again. Yeah, their armor is sundered and they're taking more and more attrition damage from enemy infantry. And Tyrion, what happened to you? Tyrion got slapped by the Goblin Great Shaman on the spider. Oh no. Archers are pouring their fire into the Goblin Great Shaman, though, pin cushioning the spider. Tyrion, disappointment. What a disappointment of a High Elf. And the Black Orcs are in as well, slowly but surely pushing through their way through those ship's companies who are no match against the mighty Black Orcs. And yeah, the High Elves are in big trouble. Their archers are all compromised or severely damaged to some degree. Love and Seeker are firing and whittling down the Goblin Great Shaman. And Tyrion is beelining for this guy. Is he? Oh, he took a hit, but immediately the Heart of Avalon proc has happened, and allowing Tyrion to enjoy a little bit of a healing boost. But yeah, Tyrion is still not doing enough damage to quickly take down the Goblin Great Shaman. Fireborn somehow managed to catch the Mongoros Magic Marauders and bringing them down in melee. They didn't get a charge order, so they didn't get any charge bonus or anything. So unfortunately, they're still taking a bunch of attrition damage in the fight, not maximizing their damage output. Bacon Cav and Black Orcs have cleaned up the enemy backline, just really grinding their way through all those High Elves. Spider Gobble better duelist than Tyrion. That's a funny thing, yeah. And the Spider Gobble lives. Bacon Cav are still around, and Tyrion is surrounded a bit. Yeah, Tyrion is kind of surrounded now. Not by Bacon Cav, just grinding through infantry, but still not something you want to be in. A Pendulum just clears out a bunch of enemy infantry, but then the Bacon Cav, the Broken Tail Mob, comes in and pins him down again. So you can't really shrug off the enemies and get to the Goblin Great Shaman. Who is chasing after the Mage of Shadows, who is on horseback actually, but still getting shot by the enemy missiles mounted on the platform. All those gobbles. And Vindictive Glare as well. That was not great for the caster. Another heal burst, but that's not going to matter much here, as Tyrion is running low on HP with the heal cap reached. So yeah, it is just a matter of time for the Greenskins to wear down the High Elves. Their staunch line of spears were not enough to hold on. Basically, it's like World War II and the French. They had a staunch line of spears and swords, but the Bacon Cav just walked around it. And unfortunately, the Fireborn, they did some good damage, but they were not protecting the back line. So allowing the Bacon Cav to just run rampant among the archers. And if the Fireborn were at the back line protecting the archers could have just focused fire the spider. And the Fireborn would not be stuck in fights against infantry and getting shot point blank by the Death Throwers. And the Death Throwers actually got some good damage as a result, able to get good shots onto the Fireborn. Bacon Calf did well as well. The Savage Orc Boar Boys get some really good damage running through the enemy infantry and whatnot. Missile units did alright, I guess. Nothing too insane. And there was no answer to the Black Orcs in this particular game at least. Yeah. There's just nothing to fight the Black Orcs. And Goblin Grey Shaman beating the shit out of Tyrion in melee. Crown of Command came in clutch. Was that what kept Goblin Grey Shaman alive? Like, controllable? Well, I didn't notice the Crown of Command was used. I know it's there, I just didn't know it was used. Good value from the Mage of Shadows with all those pendulums. Courier was not able to dodge out of it. But Tyrion got slapped. It's a shame of a Tyrion. What a shame. Was this Tyrion doing, man? What the fuck? Losing out to a spider? What? Yeah, anyways. Yeah, good work. Yeah, the Forest Edge. Ah, that makes sense. Yeah, because he was running quite low in HP, so... Was that when you used the Crown of Command? Because Crown of Command... Unbreakable abilities does come in clutch in times. Whoa, Harry the Hammer! Tyrion suffers a lot against enemies with anti-large. That makes sense, but still, like, you would assume he would fight better, but no, he doesn't. Alright, Human Boy Yes is gonna fight Harry the Hammer today, and but also Nana's coming in with some game. That's some game 2. Yeah, that's some game 2 nostalgia here. Front line of great swords backed up by handgunners and huntsmen. So a lot of shooting to this build today. Spears on the flank as well, and then a bunch of heavy cavalry in the form of Empire Knights. Leading the army is Balthasar Geld with Final Transmutation and the Staff of Volans. For extra power recharge. On the other side, for the Warriors of Chaos, Harry the Hammer accompanying Village the Curseling. So yeah, 2 fighters. Well, Village isn't exactly a fighter, but he does have some spell support, using the Treason of Tinge to break through enemy quicker. And then Herald Hammerstorm does have the Hammer of Harry to absolutely blast away enemy troops, and it doesn't do... Does it do friendly fire damage? I don't remember. It's been a while since I used it. A front line of Chaos Warriors, Marauders, and Forsaken ready to punch down the enemy state troops and break through them as fast as possible. On the flanks, Hell's Riders of Slaanesh. And yeah, that's it. Oh, and some Tinge Marauder Horsemen too. And yeah, that's it for the army builds. It's gonna be a very straightforward clash on the front lines. Warriors of Chaos sending in those front lines straight into the Empire State Troops, trying to get through them ASAP. I assume that's why Harry is here. To quickly blast the enemy front line and then to shock their leadership and HP bar. But yeah, Huntsmen don't have any good targets today because everything is either armored or shielded, except the Marauder Horsemen. But they're not gonna get close. Handguns are firing into the Forsaken, but not doing a whole lot of damage, especially not when they're firing through the trees and then immediately get their line of sight blocked by fellow knights. And great swords are charging in. If theoretically, they should do well against Forsaken, and they are indeed doing so. Yeah, getting the anti-infantry armor and piercing attacks in. Also, Empire Knight slamming straight in as well. Very nicely played by Human Boy Yes. A charge and then quickly pull back, followed by infantry attacks from those great swords. And immediately the Forsakens are breaking. There are Chaos Warriors halberds on the flanks, but they're not where they want to be. They're not fighting any enemy cavalry at all. And Final Transmutation from the Balthasar, from Gelt, hitting both of the Chaos characters, while the Forsaken mostly being worn down already by those great swords cutting through their numbers. The Huntsmen and handguns were able to sit safely at the back of the safety behind their own state troop defenses, and I think that might just be an Empire victory at this point. Marauder Horsemen are getting peppered with bullets on the far side. Those Hellstriders are trying to make their way through the enemy defenses. Some of them get caught by the Empire Knights, but quickly abandoning that fight to just catch these handgunners. The best way for the Warriors of Chaos to bring the battle back is this. It is now. Henry the Hammer is blasting through the enemy infantry. Those great swords taking heavy losses from that. But the Empire Knights were able to move into the back and start blocking the Hellstriders, denying them from killing more of those handgunners. While this might be a good time to send those Murder Horsemen into melee, but just trying to get them into a fight instead of trying to shoot. Like, if they just go into melee and charge at some of the handgunners, maybe they can just keep them disrupted. But nope, never mind. Empire Knights are here to chase them down, as they've taken way too much damage from enemy handguns. There's still another unit of Hellstriders nearby, but one of them has been killed. They themselves are being caught by, intercepted by the Empire Knights as well. They managed to get into the handgunners, but how much damage can they do before they go down? We shall see. Harry the Hammer and Village Curseling, both of them stuck in the middle of a bunch of great swords, are not good for their health at all, being pitted against anti-infantry armor-piercing opponents, and their indeed infantry size relying on armor for defenses, and final transmutations constantly coming in from Belfast Scout, just trying to finish these characters ASAP. Especially Harold Hammerstorm doesn't have he's not breakable. He's unbreakable. He would not rout. So yeah. Anyways, I think we can fast forward here as army losses will quickly arrive, with only Harold Hammerstorm still fighting in the midst of great swords. Tyrion really needs item or ability to increase the damage. Yeah, definitely. He has a lot of stats, but he doesn't have any damage booster, so he just kind of do flat damage over time. And it takes time for him to win fights, unfortunately. But yeah, this Raj was unfortunately not designed to take on great swords at all, and quickly blocked by great swords, cut down, and fallen. And fallen in the end. While the missile cavalry were outgunned by the huntsmen and handguns, with a lot of Empire Knights ready to protect the backline from the enemy Hellstriders. They still lost some of the handguns, but most of them were kept intact. You can see in those HP bars over here. It's still very much full. And a Belfast Scout with those final transmutations doing some really, really good damage. Okay. Let's see. Looks like Rickety is really taking a liking to Harold Hammerstorm, and we're seeing another one in this battle. Twists Doomseeker spam once again, but this time with Dwarf Warriors instead of miners. And there's also the Warriors of Dragonfire Pass, 3 Slayers, 1 Dragonback Slayers, 2 Doomseekers, and 1 Brotherhood of Grimnir, Ungrim Iron Fist leading the army once again versus a Warriors of Chaos army, a front line of Marauders, great weapons, and a bunch of Chaos Trolls, armored version, Hellstriders of Slanesh, Hellscourgers, Marauders of Khorne, and some Murder Horsemen. Yeah, that's a lot of mobility, but yeah, looks like the Vanguard deployed Doomseekers are gonna go and meet their opponents real soon. There are no missiles other than the Murder Horsemen on the field to threaten them at range, so they can freely pick any targets they want to fight against these Marauders. These Marauders are just gonna get shredded immediately. Expect 3 Doomseekers in all my armies. Yep, I'm gonna expect that. You seem to have a theme for today. But yeah, the non-Vanguard deployed units, the Slayers and Dwarf Warriors, are quickly playing catch-up right now, trying to march forth as fast as possible. Looks like Spear Slopnir hitting 3 different units of Dwarf, so that was a bit of a slip-up, stacking too many units together, making them optimal for enemy AoE attacks. But yeah, Doomseekers are making short work of the Marauders immediately, and they can quickly go and reinforce other fights. They can take on even Chaos Trolls just fine. And yeah, Slayers are moving in, and that will be the bane of the Hell's Riders for sure. Javelins need to move over and start shooting at the Slayers instead, due to their threat against the cavalry and monsters. You can see right now the kill strokes, even without the anti-large bonus, the Brotherhood of Grimnir can still do well against monsters, although they did get charged by the Hell's Riders with Slaanesh, taking some damage in the process. Over here, Harold Hammerstorm is fighting in the midst of Doomseekers, the Brotherhood of Grimnir, and Ungrim Iron Fist, and this is not a good fight for him at all. Chaos troops are losing fights all over the place due to the superior Doomseekers, and the Hell's Riders charging into... They're fighting Slayers. Okay, that... And Doomseekers, yeah, that explains their... what kind of problems they were facing. They were not going to win that fight whatsoever. But yeah, over here Chaos Trolls are still duking it out, but surrounded by Slayers and Doomseekers. Yeah, they're not going to be long for this one. And yeah, on the far side you can see Harold Hammerstorm is almost dead. Oh no, he is dead. Finished off by the Doomseekers and Ungrim himself. And then the rest of the Marauders will follow suit as well. Now the Slayers flanking those Marauders of Khorne, trying to get a good hit onto them. While the Chaos Trolls have been shut down by the Slayers, the Dragonback Slayers as well, having plenty of anti-large bonus to grind them down. And it is just... Oh, there was a Chosen. Oh, Chosen with great weapons too. That is going to be rough. Balance of Power is in the Dwarf's favor. They don't have any answers other than Chosen with great weapons against the tin cans. The Javelin needed to shoot at those Doomseekers and Slayers, but they're not doing that. That was quite an unfortunate thing. They need all the Javelins they can get to kill off the Slayers, because you can't rout them. You have to kill them off to the very last dwarf. And the fact that there's still multiple healthy units of Slayers are still on the field, that means the Warriors of Chaos will have a lot harder time to contest the capture point. Just because those Unbreakable Slayers can just keep holding until the timer runs out or the HP goes down. But yeah, the Javelins are... Not a lot of Javelins left on these two units. These two have plenty more reserves, but will they be used on the right targets? We shall see here. They're just kind of sitting back, not really doing a whole lot. The Doomseekers are coming in, but the Chosen themselves are almost worn down, forced to fight a bunch of a shit ton of Slayers, and Brother of Grimnir in the fight as well, which is an elite Doomseeker unit, have better stats and more damage output overall. With enough numbers, the Dwarves actually finish off those Chosen, and it's just pretty much these skirmish cavalry struggling to finish off even a single unit of Dwarves at this point, just not having a whole lot of missiles and burst damage. Excuse me. And yeah, I think that is going to be victory for the Dawi. Now they're just holding on to the capture point. They're like they can't really push out, less risking to get picked off individually by the enemy. And the Murder Horsemen can't really charge in either. It is a staring contest between a box and a kite army at this point. Now the kite army ran out of ammo and have to charge in, and once they charge in, they are just getting grind down in melee as well. And army losses will soon arrive. Wait, Doomseekers did insane damage in the end? I didn't pay attention, unfortunately. It is the Brotherhood of Grimnir in the end. I'll quickly jump back in. It's just a couple minutes long if we fast forward in 4x speed. But it is a long grind, so I couldn't really check everything, unfortunately. Apologies for that, but yeah, we can't run on infinitely, unfortunately. But yeah, Volkia did pretty good damage with the spears, but the Harold Hammerstorm doesn't have a lot of good targets for the explosion. Maybe if he's surrounded by Slayers, those explosions would do great work. But from what we see here, yeah, it was just not enough. Chosen great weapons, unable to earn back their own worth, but still fought to the very end. Fought to the very end until they died, I guess. But yeah, Hellscourge, the mobility didn't do a whole lot, unfortunately. It was when the skirmish cav charged in. Oh, Okay, yeah, we caught parts of that. Yeah, the Brotherhood of Grimnir is a very good damage dealer. And yeah, GG. Indeed, that was the Short Kings living the moment, just charging straight in, and trying to duke it out instead of instead of sit back and shooting and stuff. We've seen this one. Yeah, let's see. These are our games. Rat flee from you, huh? Curio. Okay, what have we Oh, saw the Hell Scourge stuff and almost thought it was a game I played, but no, not that. All right, so yeah, we still have quite a few battles left, but let me just take a quick break. Wait, have we seen? We've seen this one. Yeah, we've seen this one already. Let me just delete that as well. Need to keep track. Okay, let me just take a quick break. I need to grab some water. I ran out. We'll be back in a bit, and hopefully I don't forget to remove the water break text this time when I'm back. Alright, I'm back. Alright, what's happening right now? Let's see. Dwarves again? Let's take a break from that and go for something else. Like Lizardman versus Skaven seems to be nice. Let me just make sure I turn off the text this time. Yay, I remember to turn off the water break text. Anyways, this time is Nani/Borgash versus Hamster Berserker. Once again, we are wait, no. Wait, we've already seen this. Never mind. I should delete this. Oh, wait. What? Hold on. Yeah, we've seen this. Never mind, we've seen this. Let's just delete that. I forgot. Yeah, Curio, I turned off the water break. Don't worry about it. Thank you. I remember it this time. You don't have to worry this time. Yeah, I think I've seen this already. Poor Oxyotl dying to rattling guns. Yeah, let's skip that. Let's do this. Men tied once again, but this is versus Skaven. All right, that's a lot of models on the field. Almost 4,000 models. Yeah, Skaven's front line of Storm Vermin once again, a very sturdy front line actually. With the Storm Vermins costing less and less, maybe we can see a full army of Storm Vermin, half an army of Storm Vermins of different sorts. Yeah, they're backed up by a bunch of Natty Booble sharpshooters, a lot of Warlock Jezzails actually, and then with Clanrat Spears at the back and Red Ogres to protect the back line. Leading the army is the triple character. Once again, Quick Hat Taker leading the army alongside a Chieftain and a Warlock Engineer with Death Frenzy, Flensing Rune, and Doom Rocket. We shall see if this is if this rocket is gonna do any damage this time against a horde of manlings. A front line of spears, swords, and flagellants backed up by more spears and a bunch of huntsmen to shoot down mortar monsters, and a bunch of Empire Knights. Deathcaster leading the army is Boris Todbringer, and more Empire Knights over here on this side. Deathcaster coming in with Spirit Leech and Doom and Darkness, two very good spells against the Skavens, as they do lack that healing and ability to withstand leadership bombs. Immediately that focus fire from those Natty Boobles. Oh god, that is a lot of damage. We shall see if the Doom Rocket is gonna be unleashed upon anything, but right now Natty Boobles and the Warlock Jezzails overall are just poking off these unbreakable infantry, knowing that they are gonna be a pain in the arse to deal with, as they do not break, as they do not run away after taking damage. But yeah, the Storm Vermin should be able to hold them back just fine, but even still, they're just getting shredded by those sharpshooters. Huntsmen are moving in, but they have no good targets in range. Red Ogres might want to hold back a bit. Oh yeah, they're going to engage some Empire Knights, having the armor piercing en masse to counteract cavalry, while the Huntsmen are taking more and more damage from the enemy lowering fire. Boris Todbringer has dived down onto the ground there, but here comes the Chieftain and a big Doom and Darkness onto this blob, and a quick rout. Ooh, it's a Doom Rocket. Boom! Nice damage onto the Empire Knights, but yeah, mass rout onto this, a quick rout onto these clan rats here, as Boris Todbringer was nearby, forcing that leadership into negatives for them. Actually, not really negatives, but just low enough for a tear rout while the spears continues to push in. Boris will be dropping onto those Natty Boobles, trying to silence them, preventing them from doing further damage, but most of the Huntsmen has been eliminated. One still remains, but yeah, this is not great for the Huntsmen at all. Some Empire Knights have been forgotten at the back there. It needs to be activated, but yes, this happens. Spirit Leech onto enemy characters, good call, but there are two fighters on the field, and neither of them is exactly what Boris wants to fight anyway, so that's gonna be a problem. The Huntsmen, unfortunately, just getting no good targets to fight this today in this fight. Red Ogres maybe, but they're too far away to fight them for now, to shoot them for now. While they themselves are constantly shot to death by the Warlock Jezzails, who not only have solid armor, but also have 55% missile block chance with that shield. So their missiles do very minimal damage to Warlock Jezzails. Flensing Rune onto Boris Todbringer, not gonna do a whole lot there. Wait, where's the... Wait, the Deathcaster. Yeah, the Deathcaster, unfortunately, just not doing enough damage either. The The characters are still very healthy on the Skaven side, while the Red Ogres are counteracting the enemy cavalry, driving them back. There's still some Empire Knights holding on the field, but this is getting more and more rougher and rougher for the Empire army. They're running low on troops. The biggest advantage they have is the mobility. But how much... they're cycle charging Storm Vermin, so they're doing some damage. But yeah, they don't have any more Huntsmen left, and they're kind of vulnerable to all these Warlock Jezzails. They don't have any answers to those. Even after Boris tries to harass them, they're not knocked out for now. Even the Anti-Bubbles came back. Oh well, Boris is going over to finish them off, but right now the Warlock Jezzails are protected pretty well. They have cleaned up all the Huntsmen, and the Empire Knights are struggling to get to them. As the Red Ogres and Clan Reds did a good job screening them. But okay, there's some of the breakthroughs happening, as the Storm Vermins can only hold back so many units, while the rest of the Clan Reds kind of just broke and died. And now the Empire Knights themselves are falling victim to the Warlock Jezzails, who are almost running out of ammo. 1,600 gold worth of damage, Val. Definitely solid work done. And oh no, Boris didn't finish the job. Didn't chase off the Netty Bulls all the way to the white line, and they come back again. And they can now shoot at Boris Todbringer instead. Some state troops have rallied, and probably will try to go for round 2 and chase off routed Skavens and whatnot. But oh no, the Empire Knights are stuck in the middle of a bunch of Storm Vermins. They don't have halberds, but still, they don't want to fight. Like the Empire Knights don't want to fight in a prolonged battle against enemy elite melee troops. Well, looks like these Jezzails have been routed. Nope, their leadership stabilized. Routed earlier by the leadership debuffs from Boris Todbringer. And the Empire Knights rout at the same time as them, but it's still a win for the Empire, I would say. Spirit Leech oh no, the Spirit Leech are being scattered among the three different targets. So yeah, the HP are getting low, but none of them are being taken out of the fight yet, so they can continue to affect the battle. But yeah, Human Boy is doing a good scrap, bringing this battle back with the mobility, cycle charging, picking off enemy important assets, especially the Jezzails, managing to force them into routes and just take them out of the battle. Yeah, these Empire Knights are definitely getting some good work done, chasing off routed units and whatnot, just roaming the edge of the battlefield, doing all that. And these Empire Knights might be tattered, but they're still ping-ponging around the battlefield. If Boris drops in, they would just immediately get routed. But yeah, it looks like all that Winds of Magic have been invested to take down enemy characters, finally focusing down on the Warlock Engineer here, and the Warlock Engineer counteracting with a... Wait, oh wow, this Spirit Leech took out a whole lot of Warlock Engineer's HP. I think there might be some miscast damage in there somewhere. Yeah, that probably is the case here. And in Boris Todbringer coming in to finish the job. Looks like the Amethyst Wizard survives, as there's nothing else that the Skavens can do to take him out. The sharpshooters over here, the Warlock Jezzails over here have ran out of ammo. The two others have been eliminated, and there's no more long-range shooting remaining on the Skaven side. Now all they can do is try to capture the point and get a ticket victory with all the Storm Vermins and stuff holding the ground, right? But perhaps the Spirit Leech has enough Winds of Magic to eventually drain down the leadership and leave the Skavens in a very vulnerable spot of just not having a leader. Boris jumps in, tries to fight Queek Hattaker, get a bit of charge damage, but and quickly bail out of there. While Queek will take permanent damage, cannot heal back any of those. Even if Boris take damage, he can quickly bail back into the skies and just let his Mid and Land Rune Fang heal him back up. And with that cycle charging, Boris was able to take out Queek Hattaker with nothing to save the Skaven leadership. And with that, the Skavens are in a massive backfoot right now with nothing to stop Boris Todbringer from leaving and chilling at the back. There's no missiles for them to shoot down that Griffin. And all they have is just armored infantry and chaff that are that one's overextended will quickly get routed and chased down to their death. And I don't think the Skavens can hold off till they got enough tickets here to win. Spirit Leeches continues to threaten the Skaven leadership. The Chieftain does have that power grab, I think it's called. Yeah, +8 leadership after a Lord has been routed or killed, but that doesn't matter anymore. Oh, he might be routed, but the ability is still in effect. But either way, that is not going to be enough here. As Boris Todbringer just keep routing all the Skavens nearby, and the Skavens simply cannot hold in front of his intimidating presence. Very nicely done by Human Boy. I thought he might have lost that one, but managed to scrap back with gather what's left of his cavalry and take out those Warplug Jazils was huge, and then Spirit Leeches and Psycho charging with Boris, focusing down the valuable targets one after the other, denying the Skavens from using more Flensing Ruin, and eliminate their leadership afterwards as well. GG. Nicely done by both players. Very nicely played by Human Boy Yes Yes. And we're moving on to the next battle. I might cast one of these tournament battles on my channel at some point later as well. Because I haven't been the most active in casting, and I want to do some more battle replays. And yeah, if you have any replays that are not played on tournaments or not cast by other casters, feel free to send it to me and or onto the replay casting channel on the Night Crew Discord. I will have a look and just check out stuff out and see what's interesting to cast in my videos as well. Alright, next up let's not look at, we do have a lot of Skavens today because we have 2 Skaven players. So inevitably we'll see a lot of Skavens. Let's take a break from let's take a break from Skavens and get some Warriors of Chaos and High Elves. Impapinable versus Recady. Alright, Impapinable here coming in with a lot of Daka, quite a bit of Pew Pew, with 2 Loven Seaguard, 3 Ilarian Reaver Archers, and a bunch of Ship's Company Spears, and Elite Infantry in the form of Blades of Hoeth once again, Company of the Calendarian, and yeah, Fireborn as well to counteract enemy cavalry. And oh boy, Teclis is in with a regrowth to heal the Fireborn and Flock of Doom to drain down enemy blobs. On the other side of the battlefield, we have a Chaos Sorcerer, Lord of Metal Magic, Searing Doom, Final Transmutation, and Plague of Rust with a Tormentor Sword. I personally love using Tormentor Sword on a Chaos Sorcerer Lord, just because it's a very nice ability to lock down enemy targets and making them vulnerable to rear charges and stuff. On the other side, we have Hellstriders of Slanesh with Hell Scourges and some regular ones over on the other side. A bunch of Chaos Warhounds and Forsaken for the front line. Marauders with great weapons, Chaos Warriors, and some with halberds as well. On the flanks. Oh, whoa, Caradrian, how did I miss you? Okay, Caradrian is coming straight in. Beelining straight for the Chaos Sorcerer, Lord of Metal, because there's nothing really to threaten him on this battlefield. Unless he drops on the ground, maybe. The halberds can do some damage, but even then it's going to be rough. He's coming in with his... Oh no, you don't... Oh no, I need to ban Mark of Asturian, because I feel like it's a really annoying ability. It does so much damage, so it discourages you to fight him. So you just try to avoid him throughout most of the battle, and I don't like how extreme it is. Like if it is like a normal Mortis engine, okay, that makes sense. Like you still want to avoid fighting him without killing him fast, but like it's not like 100 damage per second kind of burst damage, you know. It's a bit weird. Basically, like this is a DPS character that persuades people try to not kill him. So he's just free to do whatever he wants on the battlefield here. Anyways, the light cavalry, all those Hellstriders are very prone to shooting. So they are taking quite a bit of damage from the enemy skirmishers. Oh no, why are you piling onto the enemy spears? This is not what you want to do. Go fight those Ilarian Reaver Archers. You're supposed to fight them, not the spears. And now they're getting countercharged by the Laren Reaver archers who dare to even fight them in melee just because they didn't get the charge. And the Reaver archers did, and they are taking a shit ton of damage from that ordeal. With spears coming in to reinforce as well, while the rest of the infantry piling in, moving in from the Chaos side, but alas. The Fireborn were able to catch some of those Hellstriders and quickly annihilating them. While the ship's companies and the spears are holding the front line, Blaze of Hoeth thriving in an infantry fight. Chaos Sorcerer Lord finally landing, but at the same time Karadrin closely following behind, and that means that Chaos Sorcerer is in big trouble. Tormentors are locking him down. That's the wise choice here, just making sure he can't move away and keep pursuing. And final transmutation is not for mobility like that. You need to put it onto dump it onto the most expensive units, like characters, like Fireborn or Tactless, and try to drain as much valor as possible with that spell, not cheap Laren Reaver archers. But yeah, Laren Reaver archers eventually got ran down by those Hellstriders, and some Chaos Warhounds have been forgotten by everyone at the corner of the battlefield. Bound Warrior Convocation ripping through those Forsaken and Chaos Warriors, so not great for them. Balance of power is in favor of the High Elves at this point. We'll do a bit of fast forward here as the Chaos Sorcerer Lord has been caught once again by Karadrin. He's not pinned yet, but the Fireborn are close by and try to hack him down, and oh boy, his HP is dropping, and it's dropping fast. And here comes an Overcast Searing Doom. Probably did more damage to their own Forsaken than the ship's companies. Plague of Rust upgraded version. Actually did a lot of good damage to Fireborn though. But here comes the regrowth. That's the problem of fighting High Elves. They have healing, and they're gonna be back to a pretty healthy state. And the Blades of Hoeth is just not taking any damage throughout the battle. And with Karadrin and the Fireborn on the Chaos Sorcerer Lord, there's no hope for survival. And that's basically army losses with their Lord almost dead. Yeah, I need to ban the Mark of Azurian actually. It really, I feel like it has a problem of just discouraging engagement. So players will just be avoiding Karadrin instead of trying to take him down, and you can't even take him down easily with missiles. So people are just avoiding Karadrin, and it's just not fun to play against. I don't think at least. So yeah, I might just ban that one. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Now we can go back to another Slayer fight. Dwarves are natural sprinters. Alright, let's slow down a bit. Wait, no, we've seen that. Why did I go back in again? Huh. Let's just didn't go back. We've seen it. Why did I constantly mistake in this one? Oh, right, yeah, because I deleted the other save file. That makes sense. Okay. Now the Doomseekers takes on Skavens now. Okay, dwarves versus... I don't think I've seen... Okay, yeah, I definitely have not seen this one. Dwarves versus Skaven here, a front line of... That's a... I don't think that's Winford rules, right? I think that might be a bit of a rule breach, because they're... Are they not the same counted as, like, variant unit? Dwarves... Okay, they're not a variant unit, so it's fine. Never mind. My bad. So it's a Fungar Shenanigans army. 5 regular miners, 5 miners with blasting charges, and 3 Doomseekers with some non-Vanguard units. 3 Slayers following on Grim Iron Fist in the forest there. So yeah, Vanguard Shenanigans from the Dwarves with the Doomseeker Rush. This is what why it's so fun to play with Doomseekers. You can do this shit sometimes. And for the other side, it is the Skavens who are preparing. I think they were preparing for an artillery fight. That's why they have those missiles in front. And a bunch of Skaven slaves at the back. The infantry at the back. Like they're expecting to take on artillery, so they have the sharpshooters at the front to shoot out any possible cannons and stuff. But then there's no cannons. So their triple Jezzail build is gonna be disappointed by that. A bunch of Dolphin Menace and Doomflay. Any other Doomflayers? No other Doomflayers. So Death Runner is really good unit against the dwarves, by the way. I'll probably just max them. I'll just spam them in this kind of matchup, actually. That's a personal thing. Dwarf Thing Manus as the only Doomflayer, a bunch of Skaven Slaves, and Storm Vermins once again, providing some solid infantry support and leading the army quick hat taker, supported by, once again, no chieftain, just a Plague Priest with Vermin, Tide, and Pestilent Birth. So Plague Monk and regular Climate Summons. Oh no, these Warlock Jezzails were kind of left behind. Oh no. No! No! What are you doing, Storm Vermin? You're supposed to turn back and fight those Dowie. Why are you moving up? Why are you moving up? Save your... In a true Skaven fashion, they're just gonna abandon some of their Skaven brethren and just keep running for the target. Variants don't exist anymore. Oh, okay. Oh wait, so you can just bring a shit ton of... I didn't even realize that. I was so used to that. It's just the same unit thing. Oh yay, I can bring 10 state troops then. Okay, that makes sense. Alright. Okay, I'll just have to remind myself that it doesn't count as variants and stuff. Okay. Note to self, no more variants issues. I can bring whatever the fuck. As long as they're not counted as the same unit, then it's a different problem. That makes things a lot easier to consider, actually. I like this change. Wait, hold on. I think I accidentally clicked something. Alright, okay. There we go. Alright, cool. Just accidentally clicked something on my Google Docs. Alright, Storm Vermin's rushing up to the Slayers there and facing them, while the Warlock Jezzails are still in the... Wait, what the Skaven doing? I feel like the Skaven's kind of panicked and try to rearrange... Oh... Did you alter... Oh no. They might have hit J and turned their formation around. So that forces the formation to go all the way to the... Like, the melee units go all the way to the back. And did a complete 180 with their unit changes. So Plague Monks have been summoned on the field, and Warlock Jezzails are being left behind. And Death Runner's running away from the explosive. Wise choice, but those Clanrats really should have just stayed back there and just died and buy more time for the Warlock Jezzails to run away. But yeah, finally the Slayers and Doomseekers found their targets. It's just cutting straight through the Skaven slaves and whatnot. Death Runners needs to turn back and start fighting and cut through those miners there. But Storm Vermins and Clanrats really should have turned back and start fighting, because they really need to grind down the enemy Slayers and whatnot. Especially Storm Vermins don't give a shit about the miners, so they should just eat those blasting charges with their armor and stuff. Right now, Plague Monk summons have been dealt with. Dwarf Thing Manit will be rushing up. But yeah, the Doomseekers are able to catch up and cut down those Warlock Jezzails, but the Death Runners will still be a problem for them, which is why they'll need to save up some blasting charges to drop onto the Death Runners. But there's only 2 Death Runners, so it's not like the dwarves don't have enough numbers to wear them down over time. The bigger problem is how to catch the dwarfing man. That's an issue. But yeah, Warlock Giselles continues to be pressured by the Doomseekers, who are fast enough to actually keep up. And now they're gonna get hit. Yeah. They're gonna get caught a bit, maybe. The Doomseekers are not landing any hits though. They're just kind of sticking around and threatening them. Not doing any damage. Weird. But yeah, it's a whole mess of an engagement here. The Miners piling onto Clan Reds, piling onto Slayers, piling onto more Slayers and Miners, and Death Runners are just slicing and dicing those dwarf units, getting some really good damage done. But it's a mess of an engagement. They can't even get those Miners to throw in blasting charges yet. But yeah, Doomseekers though being caught by some of the Skaven slaves, and suddenly turning that blade move on and start spinning through those Skaven slaves. But here comes the Death Runners, who will be doing good damage against them, but they themselves are taking a lot of damage. Rely on like, they're taking so much damage from the Doomseekers. They're not doing enough damage back. Ooh, pain. I thought the Death Runners would do okay here, but obviously that defied my expectations, and they got shredded by the Doomseekers. Damn. But here comes the Skaven slaves to help out, providing a bit more bodies. It's too late for the Death Runners, though. They have been shredded. The balance of power is still in the Skaven's favor, simply because, I missed out on this engagement. And Grim Iron Fist is being cut down by Quick Hat Taker, as he is not an anti-large fighter, anti-infantry fighter, but Quick Hat Taker is. He has turned on Glorious Death, so he cannot die right now. And trying to get a Glorious Death and Defiant Fight, getting another axe onto, turning on the Heroic Killing Blow, boosting that damage, and trying to smack down Quick Hat Taker. And that Glorious Death did come in handy. Still having 2 seconds left, barely surviving on that 1 HP because of Glorious Death. If Quick Hat Taker turns around and hit Ungrim once, he'll win the fight, but he doesn't want to take that risk. He doesn't want to get hit a second time by Ungrim. So Ungrim is living for now. The Miners are helping him and to chase off Quick Hat Taker here. But overall, it's still advantageous in terms of balance of power for the Skavens. The Dwarfing Man is really unstoppable right now. 240 something kills, 1,200 gold worth of damage value, just wiping out unit after unit of dwarf infantry. And oh no, the Skaven slaves! One stab onto Ungrim, and that's all it takes to finish off Ungrim. Iron Fist. Oh, he was running back to safety behind his Miners, but those Skaven slaves, one hit, and that's all it takes to bring down the Slayer King. And with the death of their leadership, the remaining dwarfs' leadership also plummets, and leaving only the unbreakable Slayers on the field. I feel like, yeah, these Miners are still fighting on strong, but there's nothing left to keep pressuring the Natty Boobles. There's only 3 Doom Slayers after all, Doom Seekers, and they themselves are quite tattered, being worn down by more and more units coming after them. You can see they fought till the last minute, but they... Oh wait, no, the Slayers didn't do great, but Doom Seekers did alright. Oh, these guys did great, cutting straight through all those infantry there. But there's just too many Skavens, and the Slayers weren't really used well. They were just pitted against the Storm Vermins. Definitely not something they want to fight. They don't have the armor piercing to punch through. Or they themselves will get worn down by that wall of by the Skaven shield wall. While the Skavens there, Natty Bubbles, the Skavens shooting didn't do a whole lot. Oh wait, Natty Bubbles did alright. Death Runners did excellent. These guys not so much. Oh, they were the ones fighting. They were the ones fighting the Doom Seekers at the around mid game, and it's just that wall of Storm Vermins grinding down the Slayers and Doom Seekers. And don't forget about the Dwarfing Man is pretty much unstoppable, running straight through all those Dawi with that infantry bonus, anti-infantry bonus, and armor piercing. Quick Hat Taker winning against Ungrim, not too surprising. He is a dedicated infantry footlock fighter, not Ungrim though. Only same universe Shooter and some stuff like that. Okay, that makes sense. Good to know actually. Okay, let's see. That is it for Skaven versus Dowie. Okay, let's not do another. This is our game, so we can delete that because we have that saved. Let's leave this till the last, and we can finish off with the rest here. All right. Oh wait, no, we have two. Okay, this seems to be a fast one according to Kurio. So Kurio versus Milky Way here. There are two Lizards versus Skaven battles. We can quickly cast both. And for the greenskins here, it is a front line of goblins. A few are these all fanatics? At least one of them is a fanatic, with AP loonies. Wait, are they Vanguard deployed? Oh, yeah, these are fanatics. All fanatics. And Rusty Airs in the front line with the Night Goblin Big Boss bringing in the Squig Summon. Let's slow down a bit because we have some Vanguard action going on. The front line of goblins and then flanked by some Black Orcs, providing some heavy infantry. I am worried about some Deathglow Bombardiers, but... Poison Wind Globadiers. That would be a bit of a problem, but we shall see what happens here. Goblin Rock Lobber to smash the enemy weapons teams. And the Ragnarok Queen. Quite a few summoning units on the field today, and leading the army is Wurzak coming in with effigy of the Git Mumbo Jumbo Chant for a bit of attack buff. Interesting. And Foot of Gork to smash up the heavy infantry Storm Vermin spams. On the other side, for the Skaven's heavy infantry spam indeed. Storm Vermin, 4 of them with halberds, backed up by a bunch of Teeth Breakers and Rattling Guns. And then Skaven's Life Slingers. Ooh, the Avalanche Mortars already under fire from the Rock Lobbers, and they're taking pretty heavy damage due to that armor piercing. That high missile strength, smashing into them and causing huge damage with every shot. Also, oh, there's a Hammer of Gork too, so they're blinded with reduced accuracy and melee stats. Not the melee stats matter, but accuracy does certainly do. Clan Rats at the back there, and that's it for the army builds. Leading the army, Quick Hat Taker once again. Red Ogres providing some mass and mobility. Spell support is... Oh, immediately Skavens. I'm looking for a spell support. Give me a second here. Bear with me for a sec. Where is the spell support? Alright, it's... What? Bear with me for a sec. I can't find the spell support. Pay attention to Avalanche Mortars. Indeed, they're already under... Wait. Are there no spell casters on the Skaven side? Or am I missing something? Yeah, I don't see any spellcaster on the Skaven side. This is weird, but anyways, maybe we'll see him popping up after our eyesight restores or something. But yeah, immediately the Squig Herd being dumped into the middle of the formation, and they're getting chewed up by both the armor-piercing anti-infantry Squigs and the rock drops from the rock lobbers. Also, fanatics are being dropped into the Skaven formation, whipping through some of the slingers. Nothing too amazing, but damage is damage after all. To be honest, could be none. Yeah, I think that is what happened. The Skavens didn't bring a spellcaster. Anyways, the front line is in a bit of a... Oh, that was a fast one. Without the Avalanche Mortars, though, there is no way the Skavens can take out the Black Orcs. That's a big problem there. And also all the greenskins swarming them. So I can see why they decided to throw the towel at that one. The Avalanche Mortars went down really fast before doing much damage. Before doing any damage at all. Oof, that was rough. Like, they don't have a good... It's also the vegetation on the map, right? There's no good line of sight onto the enemy targets behind the trees. And Black Orcs are just moving up through the cover of the trees, behind the cover of the trees, into like attack positions, and the Skaven's front lines are also quickly breaking, with the Storm Vermin's not really in position to stop the flanks attacks from the Night Goblins. But yeah, that rock's just dropping in and smashing everything up, and that was a fast battle. You're right, that was fast, way too fast. Let me just delete that. What's this one? No, flee from me. Okay, let's do another. It's a rematch. Curio versus Hamster Berserker. This time a slightly different opponent. Still Skavens though, with once again Deathglow Bombardiers. Yeah, it's been so long since I see Deathglow Bombardiers. You only see Poison Wind Globes otherwise. So it's a rare sight. It's a rare sight for sure. We shall see how they perform here though. Now, for the army builds, slow down a bit. We are seeing some Gobbles in front. And the Bag Rusty Airs, Ruglocks Armored Orcs, Black Orcs, and once again a couple of Goblin Rock Lobbers. 3 Rock Lobbers. Gob Lobbers is the Dwarven unit. Yeah. Goblin Rock Lobber, and then some Goblin Spears protecting them at the back. Rusty Airs, the Apic Loonies, and the Night Goblin Big Boss. Once again, we're seeing some summons on the field with with the Squig Herds. Giant River Troll Hack for Spirit Leech and Fate of Buna to delete enemy weapons teams with that Fate of Buna. Salvage Orc Boar Boys, and leading the army is a Gorbat Iron Claw for stat buffs. The great leader is a really cost efficient solid stat buff for the Greenskins, only costing 150, and you are still getting better effects than the Banner of Fleur de Lis from Réponse de Lyonnaise. So yeah, damn, I still feel sad for Réponse being power crept like that. Anyways, for the Skavens, the front line of Skaven Slave Spears, backed up by Deathglow Bombardiers, protected by more Skaven Slaves and Teeth Breakers, Rattling Guns once again on the field, Red Ogres and some extra strides protecting the back, Chieftain and a leadership of a Warlord, and coming in with Pestilent Birth once again. No, oh yeah, Pestilent Birth and Vermin Tide from the Plague Priest. Oh, there's the Wheels of Doom ready to run through the Greenskin units. We shall see what happens here, but immediately the Deathglow Bombardiers are being smashed by rocks from afar. Especially they are infantry indeed. So they still have a kind of a dense formation and very numerous. So those rocks are doing good damage, striking through multiple models. And the Rusty Air is also firing in. Okay, shooting at the Wheels of Doom, which very cleverly dodged that volley, taking minimal damage. But the Deathglow Bombardiers are getting absolutely smashed up by those rocks here. The Skavens are getting close to engagement range, but we shall see if they can make some headway here. With Wheels of Doom running straight into the Armored Orcs. Not a bad target. I'd probably prioritize the Rusty Airs though. They're the cheaper unit and easier to route, and then you can deal with the Armored Orcs after. But yeah, Deathglow Bombardiers are getting in range, but immediately getting hit by a Fate of Buna. So 2 units of Deathglow Bombardiers soon will be gone. Wow, okay, that's a lot of damage onto the Rusty Airs, essentially deleting them in one volley. Maybe, I don't know if that's gonna be worth it, but that's certainly a lot of damage. But yeah, the Fate of Buna will be shattering the unit though. Maybe we have underestimated the Deathglow Bombardiers this whole time. Anyways, the Red Ogres are fending off those Squig Herds who have been summoned onto the field, and did successfully rout off the final unit of Deathglow Bombardiers. There's only one tatted unit still remaining. Oh, the Giant River Troll Hack overextended, get pinned down by the extra strides, and now shredded by the Dave Breakers though. The front line wise, it's a very mixed bag of things. The Black Orcs and Bacon Calf, of course, just trash these shadow units of Extra Triads. The real Extra Triads are here, just killing that poor Giant River Troll Hack. Red Ogres and Skaven Slave Spears are duking it out against the Goblins, which of course it's just gonna be 2 units noodling each other. Nothing too impactful happens, but the mobility fight-wise, Savage Orc War Boys are running rampant with nothing to stop them. Red Ogres are only available in a limited amount in this battle, and they're not in the position of protecting what remains of these Deathglow Bombardiers. So they're gonna get routed. All the Red Ogres are too busy fighting some unbreakable Apic Loonies. Wheels of Doom ran through some of the infantry, but it was definitely fighting in the Black Orcs for too long, way too long. And now going after the rusty areas indeed. Should be able to tear out them soonish. But looks like the Orbit Iron Claw was able to beat down the Plague Priest. And yeah, the Greenskins are holding on pretty fine right now, having that mobility advantage to rout elf units and then chase them down with the Bacon Cav. And that's why you might want a couple Wolf Rats occasionally to be the ones rear charging and chasing enemy units down as the Skavens. But yeah, everything is flashing white on the field. Wait, did the Skaven leadership died? No, the Warlord is still there. No, they're just taking too much damage. And chain routes happening all over the place for the Skavens, and their leadership isn't nearby to uphold their spirits. Even the Chieftain has routed, just fighting in the middle of a bunch of Black Orcs, and there's no anti-infantry tool from the Skaven side. The Thiefbreakers are just hanging back shooting at nearby stuff. They did kill the Giant River Troll Hack, but there's not a lot of other good targets for them to shoot afterwards. Ixchel is kind of busy, tied down by enemy Goblins, not a unit they want to fight. They're just taking a lot of random attrition damage against the Chaff unit, while the other Goblins are now trying to go after the Thiefbreakers there. So yeah, Bacon Calf now running down those tattered Red Ogres. Black Orc still very, very much healthy. Fast forwarding. And it's pretty much just cleanup action at this point. The Skaven unit is so very tattered. I don't see a way for them to bring this one back, especially against all those Black Orcs, right? Such an elite unit that is hard to break without any artillery, missiles, or magic, which Skavens have none. Yeah, that one volley of Deathglow Bombardiers was quite surprising. I might actually play Skaven next time and just test out the Deathglow Bombardiers. And Thiefbreakers did well, but that's about it. Everything else just kind of get very nicely played by Curio and picked off. Like the Rocks took out one Deathglow Bombardiers, and then the Quick Summon took out a second one, and then the third one was taken out by... shit, I forgot. Yeah, I kind of forgot what took out the third one. Archers, I think? Yeah, Archers. And some Rocks. Yeah. But yeah, without the Deathglow Bombardiers, there's no way to take down the Black Orcs, and then they're just chilling and hacking down whatever came their way, doing some good old crumping. Bacon Calf did well. These guys concentrated on one flank and just crushed whatever resistance in their way too. Unfortunately, the Wheels of Doom, they didn't do a whole lot either. All the troll... Oh wait, the Buna, forgot. Yeah, you're right, the Buna. I forgot about the Buna. It's definitely the Buna. The troll did, yeah. Yeah, one is Rock Drops, second one by Squig Summon, and the third one is a Buna deletion. But the Thiefbreakers avenged them. Just absolutely shredding that poor Troll Hag. But that still earned back the Giant River Troll Hag some good value from that Fate of Buna. And some melee attacks. Yeah, I think we've definitely seen this one, so we can delete that. Wait, no, what? I think we've seen this one, right? Because both builds are so very... Yeah, I think we've seen this one, I think. Let me just check the matchup records. Human Boy versus Norska versus Warriors of Chaos versus me, and then Skaven. Yeah, we've seen this one. So, one last battle between the Lizards and the Dowie, I think. Yeah, we've seen. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, actually, let me just check. Did I miss any replays? Okay, yeah, that is the last battle. Doom Seekers versus Lizards.
Desperate to be about this.
Alright, let's slow down a bit and go through the army builds, because Vanguard action is happening. Front line of miners with blasting charges, and backed up by 3 Doomseekers, and then a bunch of Slayers, and the Warriors of Dragonfire Pass, providing a non-Vanguard deployment section of the army here. Oh shit. YouTube? Okay, I think we're back. Let me just check. Give me a second. I think we're back. Is anyone with me right now? Okay, I think we're back. If anyone's still with me, type something in the chat so I can just confirm is everyone still here. Just had a bit of connection issues for a bit there. Apologies. But I think we're back. Say something if you guys are there. But yeah, and in that any case, we'll just try to go through this one last stretch, and we should be safe. we should be done. Now, army belts wise, let's go back again. The dwarves are going with a front line of miners and backed up by Doom Seekers. They are indeed Vanguard deployed, backed up by even more non-Vanguard deployed portion of the army here. A bunch of Giant Slayers and a Warriors of Dragon Fire Pass. Let's pause a bit there. Because I realized the music is off. Now, for the... Oh, and Grim Fist leading the army again. Yeah. Really cool army once again, Vanguard deployment. On the other side for the Lizardmen here, Red Crested Skinks, a lot of Red Crested, and it's a very good unit to kill off the Armored Orc Spiderway, but they are indeed kind of vulnerable to blasting charges, so we'll see what happens here. Court of Sotak, and they're deployed in a clump, mostly because they are under the protection of a Quartal, master of the sacred places that makes everything beneath its stock. So that does help keeping units away from the line of sight of artillery, avoid being bombarded on their way walking into the dwarves. But there's no artillery here, so the stalking isn't needed at all. Tan Huan is leading the army with orbital laser, yay, the engine of the gods. Flock of Doom to drain down enemy blobs, and that's basically it. That's basically, he's an anti-infantry machine today. Other than that, we have the... Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna double check and make sure if the stream's going properly. Just a quick check. But yeah, mobility-wise, some Ferocal ones at the back. That's basically it. Okay, yep. It's fine. Seems to be fine. And then, yeah, Skink Skirmishers at the back. Oh, more Ferocal ones, and oh, Salamander hunting pack. Why the Umbro Tide? Why are you there? I do wonder why did they bring that. Maybe it's because of the explosive damage to clear out Slayers. Anyways, orbital laser has been launched, and the miners were not moving to dodge at all, getting blitz, half of their HP gone. But they did throw some explosives. All their models are still intact though, so they are able to just sit there and throw explosives into the Court of Sotak and blow them up. A very nasty infantry being cleared out by the explosives. Same goes for Red Cresters on the other side there. Flock of Doom are draining down those dwarf infantry, but looks like the Slayer might have the upper hand here with the explosives clearing the way. More and more damage coming in from the... with spells from the Lizardmen, Chain Lightning bound to the Quartal has been dropped, but yeah, not doing a whole lot of damage. Red Cresteds are moving in, and yeah. But yeah, I don't think the Red Cresteds can win this one. With the Doom Seekers doing some really good job against both infantry and monsters. You can see the Proxy is getting worn down quite fast by all those Doom Seekers AP damage. Warriors of Dragonfire Pass duking it out against Quan mobility. It's not exactly cavalry here. And Giant Slayers are coming in to hack down enemy monsters, and the Quartal just sitting in the sky is not doing anything, because it's a great disruption piece, but there's nothing to disrupt. So that is the problem. It's the value and effectiveness of the Quartal is just rapidly dropped. Umbral Tide firing into the lightly armored Doom Seekers there. Although Tan Huan getting stuck in the middle of a bunch of Giant Slayers, taking more and more damage. But at least the Flock of Dooms and whatnot is draining the Slayers and Dwarf troops, and the balance of power is actually ever so slightly in favor of the Lizardmen because of all that attrition damage. Like you can see, a lot of the miners have been dealt with. It is just the Unbreakable Slayers still duking it out in the fights, but they are unbreakable, which is the main problem here. As the Lizardman has to kill them to the very last dwarf, while the Lizardmen themselves are relatively prone to routing. There are still some miners with blasting charges unused being hunted down by the Ferocal ones, but it's a pretty even fight, I feel like. Oh well, the miners are losing, I guess. But yeah, it is, the main fight is here, the infantry and monster duking it out against the Slayers. There's also Red Crested in there. The poison does come in quite handy to debuff the enemy damage output. Here comes another orbital laser, but there might be a bit of friendly fire here onto the Court of Sotak as well. The friendly fire, oh no, the Red Crested got entirely obliterated. While the Slayers continues to fight on. Alright, the Beyblade spin a little bit damage, not a whole lot against the enemy throw Coens and whatnot. This is why you want to hit space to turn on this colored hue, so that you can identify where the friendlies are and where the enemies are before you cast a wind spell. Because otherwise you might just accidentally hit up all your own troops. But yeah, here comes another bound chain lightning onto the enemy giant slayers, I guess. Oh wait, no, that's a bound. Wait, why is this still the old lightning bolt? Or an slender bolt? Oh wait, no, that's the new one, maybe. That looks like it. That looks like the old thunderbolt. Huh? What? Anyways, doesn't matter. The warriors of Dragonfire Pass have managed to stand tall with the giant slayers hacking down the enemy Coen units. Balance of power is still in the Lizardman favor, still simply because they still have their monsters alive, and while the Doomseekers and Slayers are so very tattered and now being peppered down by blow dots and stuff. This one lone Court of Sotek, 5 HP? Can he take down another Doomseeker? We shall see here. Like, the Doomseeker needs to turn around and finish him off before they themselves get killed. Take more damage or anything. Oh, well, GG. He did. Wait, what? Okay, yeah, he took like 4 damage, surviving, and then now he died. Alright, never mind. Miners eating the blow dots of the skink skirmishers is definitely a good thing for the dwarves, in my opinion. But yeah, it is. Balance of power wise, oh wow, the giant slayers have just been constantly chasing after the Umbral Tide, pressuring them. And let's fast forward a bit here. As the giant slayers continues to give chase, while the rest of the dwarves are holding. Oh no, they're holding position around the capture point, but that means they're vulnerable to the flock of doom spams from Tan Huan. Can the giant slayers do it? But more and more Red Crested skinks return, and they're gonna get swarmed in terms of numbers. And what? Oh, the Umbral Tide are firing into that lone giant slayer. Braving the fire, but nope, never mind, he died. And the giant slayers here are overwhelmed by enemy numbers. The dwarves did capture the point, but the flock of dooms are just gonna continuously drain them down. They have nothing. They can't really do much against it other than to sit there and bear the brunt of the firepower. All right, Tanawan. Oh no, Tanawan decided to run through those slayers, and oh no, taking so much extra damage. In that case, Doomseekers cleaving their way through those red crested. Let's keep speed through this a bit, because it's gonna drag on, I feel like. But yeah, a few slayers, I mean the Doomseekers and Taget Slayers decided to just move up and try and catch those Umbral Tide, because they don't want to just sit there and take all the damage from the enemy there. But yeah, they are taking more and more damage, getting hunted down by that Quattle, which is not great either. They have to pick one fight, but yeah. At least the dwarves are getting the capture points, I guess. Wait, what happened to Tanwin? Oh, he must have got caught in the middle of a bunch of Doomseeker giant slayers. And that is army losses. Alright, let me give it a second there. Yeah. The Doomseeker clutched this one. Holy shit. Oh, wait, no. The Giant Slayers clutched this one. Hunting down Tan Huan. Tan Huan definitely did not have got tangled up on that fight. His flock of dooms were the best bet on killing. Like, if Tan Huan could have just stayed alive, they probably could have win this one by having the Umbral Tide shooting down every single infantry on the other side, and then capture the point or something. But of course, Grim is still a tough nut to crack, so there's that. But yeah, the Slayers holding on till the end, somehow catching Tan Huan, who mistakenly went into combat against them. Like, the Dwarves were kind of on the back foot for most of the battle, despite having a pretty good rush, because the build itself is not ideal in most situations. Constantly getting debuffed by poison, and then just getting nuked by a bunch of not really nuked, but drained down by by Flock of Dooms and nuked by spells and Umbral Tide shooting them too. And also orbital lasers, of course. Tanhuan got some decent value overall, and also blow dots did well against Slayers after all. But yeah, I was not expecting that comeback though. Let me just quickly jump back in and speed run this. Like I want to see, I want to see what happened to Tanhuan at the back, and then we'll conclude this stream there. Let's speed run this shit. But yeah, like the initial rush seems to be going into Dwarf's favor, although the miners took a lot of casualties. But then the Umbral Tide were able to just sit back and just keep firing. And that worn down a lot of these lightly armored Dwarf's infantry. The Dragons of Warriors of Dragonfire Pass were anti-infantry though, so I guess they did pretty well against the enemy Red Crested. The fire damage doesn't really threaten them too much. They're armored and has fire resistance, I think. I forgot it. Do they have fire resistance? No, they don't. But yeah, they have fire damage, I guess. But they do have armor, so that helps. Yeah, Doomseeker is cleaving their way through Croxagores, Colt Ones, Red Crested. But the balance of power was still in favor of the Lizardmen because their expensive Regiment of Renown was still very healthy. Tanhuan was alive, and the Quattle was very healthy as well. They have some big pieces on the field still. Nice switch over here using the miners to push away, screen off the enemy blow dots. But the Flock of Doom has just been a problem for the late game here. Just keep draining down the rest of the Slayers, and then the Umbral Tide coming in and finishing them off. But yeah, big mistake. He did not want to fight those giant Slayers. And a bit of lapse in micro as well. So yeah, the giant Slayers just keep force pathing through those enemies, keep chasing after Tanhuan. And a little bit of stop here and there means that he was stuck in the middle of a bunch of enemy units, especially anti-large armor piercing, very dedicated Monster Slayer units. And he was routed away while the Giant Slayers continues to chase him down. Down to 38 speed as well, he was not fast. Giant Slayers are same speed as the Giant Slayers, so the Giant Slayer might just keep chasing close behind him. And once he is in the forest, he got even slower, allowing the Giant Slayers to catch up and finish him off. Like normally he would have just routed off the map, but no, that didn't happen. And he died. And then, oh, the Lizardman player threw the towel here, because the Giant Slayers were about to catch the Umbral Tide with another unit of with Angrim and some more Slayers coming in from the other side. Yeah, without the Stegadon, there's no way to finish off Angrim. Even with the Quattle cycle charging, it's really, really hard, I think. So yeah, that probably explains. But yeah, GG to both players here. That's a very cool battle. The Doomseeker spam working out really well. And yeah, that is it for today. Thank you all for watching in this long stream. We have quite a bit of turnout today. So yeah, we do have more battles than normal. Thank you so much for joining me in this multiplayer tournament. And yeah, I hope you had a great time, whether you've been joining the fights yourself or just been watching and checking out the multiplayer action. We will be taking a break next week. It is Christmas Eve, so I won't be streaming that evening, but hopefully I'll be doing something else between Christmas and New Year's, somewhere between there. I can't really say which day, but I'll try to do something during that time. But yeah, that is gonna be it. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all in maybe 2 weeks, maybe before New Year's, hopefully before New Year's. Thank you for watching, and yeah, see you in the next one. Tactical Lich signing out.